When last we left your party, you were following up on a final few leads on some rumors you had heard circulating throughout Arcadia. Following up on your encounter with the Burned Man, you decided to track down uh, the mansion where Sissel used to live as a servant. Finding it burned to the ground, you investigated it, snuck around a little bit, found what appeared to be the burned man's jail cell, so to speak, and learned that it appeared as if he had been there for a decade. Um, Afterward, you attempted to track down the Vintos themselves. You managed to come across the location of the Senate Majority Leader, Peter Vintos. You attempted to try to get a meeting with him to no avail, and Sissel then tried to sort of sneak into his office, which went spectacularly wrong, resulting in a confrontation with the senator, who Sissel had not seen in over a decade, which ended a little differently than she likely expected, as you learned that their son, the Vinto's son Godfrey, had whatever had happened to him those 10 years ago. He had been in just constant agony for the last 10 years, and was constantly crying out about Sissel's name. And you promised that if you encountered him again or found any further information, you would let them know, because it was their wish to find a way of returning their son to normal. Afterward, you pursued some leads on some murders that were happening in the slums. After tracking down the latest murder and speaking with Big Mama Agostini at the casino, you discovered an apartment to the latest murder victim, who seemed to have been a guard at the factory, the mason factory, that you had taken care of so long ago. Ultimately learning as well that this individual seemed to have some connection to the Crimson Harbingers, you managed to find a tavern known as the Watchful Eye, recessed and secluded within the slums itself. You found that it was seemingly shut down. The bartender was dead. You investigated the area, found a sanctuary underneath the tavern that seemed to lead into the sewers, at which point, when you entered, you encountered a strange statue that you couldn't quite get visual on. Every time you looked at it, your vision would go out of focus, and then when Sissel reached out to touch it, you all shared a collective vision that seemed to be a vision of that snowy peak that you saw in relief on the door underneath, in that sort of temple that you had discovered underneath the Pilgrim's Path. You also received a strange note from Ada Coldsong, the girl in rags, who was apparently the cause of these murders, having apparently been seeking out those who had wronged her in some way and killing them. With all of that in mind, as you are still within the cistern, pondering your next moves, pondering about the fact that this vision seemed to display a locale that known as the Throne of the World, the largest mountain range in Vertum, that no one had ever scaled, as such a expedition was often considered a suicide mission. What do you wish to do?
Well,
We were still kind of trying to figure out what to do first, right?
yeah, we were talking about whether, we're not still down there, are we?
That's where we left off. So
Can we-
yeah,
can
still
we-
around there.
Can we have this conversation not, beside...
Sorry.
Bless you.
No worries. Can we not have this conversation beside creepy Gonador vision statue, please?
And a bunch of dead people, yeah.
Yeah.
How high up is the statue?
It is rising. So the way that this area is shaped, it's a large circular cistern pool in the center of this room, and rising out of the center is a pillar on which the statue sits. The statue itself probably rises about 15 feet into the air on top of this pedestal. It's quite large, and it seems circular in nature, and there's some other features to it, but you can't really make it out because every time you look at it or shift your vision, it just is a big blurry
And
mess.
it activated when Sissel touched it.
Yes.
Goffs, I think Goffs has, sorry. Sorry, I'm trying to get back into the mind, the headspace.
The golf
The,
space.
the
I-
golf
I-
space.
I too would like to leave, but and then he looks up at the statue. This could be dangerous. We should would. And does it look like something I could climb up and try and touch it again?
There's a staircase leading up
Oh,
about
okay.
maybe like a flight
Okay.
that leads up to a kind of a center platform where you can stand near it.
I'm gonna climb up and get close to it.
Okay.
What is as I climb up there? What is does it give off any feeling?
No.
As I get close to it.
No.
I'm gonna reach out and touch it again.
Okay, you do so.
What does it feel like?
It feels like cold stone.
So it feels like I'm touching a statue,
Yes,
and
it's a
nothing
statue.
else happens to me.
Mm-hmm.
But it still has this effect where I can't really see it clearly.
Correct.
It's not something we can just pick up and take with us, right?
No, it's a big.
I don't think we should. Well,
Well, this place is most likely going to become some kind of crime scene, right? Maybe we could.
Maybe we could warn Anna about this place.
Is that really her jurisdiction? Wouldn't it be more the guard?
Well, it is.
Or
It is magical,
Still.
and that is true.
it seems
Perhaps it is.
only activated one time. The vision.
It did,
It
but
doesn't look like it's going to do it again, but it's still something strange.
there is clearly still some sort of weird magic about it. Oh, Sissel!
Bah!
You have your special eyes!
I'm
What?
gonna wave my wand of magic detection. I haven't used that in a while.
Okay.
What do my
Um,
magic eyes see?
You use your wand of magic detection, and your eyes briefly flash with a blue arcane light. And as you stare at it, it's still blurry. You can see a very, very faint aura around the statue that seems to be localized. It's not like you don't get the sense it's a dangerous magic spell. It just seems to be some kind of local magic spell that is obscuring what this statue actually is, and it appears to be some sort of enchantment magic. Which, for clarification, enchanting is not enchanting like enchanting magical items. Enchantment means more like charm person, dominate person, that kind of thing, mind control kind of magic.
So
Oh.
it's a mind trick
It's
spell.
mind.
yes.
It's a mind freak.
Mind freak.
Mind
But
freak.
It seems to just be localized to this area in that it's preventing anyone who looks upon the statue to be able to discern what it is.
Okay, so this isn't dangerous, per se, but it's a kind of magic that sort of prevents people from seeing it properly.
Can you tell what
Headache?
school it is?
It's an enchantment magic.
Headache, do you think you can dispel it?
I can try. If it's too powerful of a spell, it might not work. I will.
You're gonna try to dispel magic on it?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think about what level.
Alright.
Let me look at my spell book. I'll... Is it? Oh, okay. I'll just cast it level 3.
Okay. You cast it at level 3. You see the blurry vision kind of waver a bit as if it was a pool of water. But then the enchantment remains.
Do I get the feeling this is like... Remember when we were trying to get into the mansion, and I tried to do the same thing, and it kind of like did something similar? Does it feel like that to me, or is this different?
It's not the same. This reminds you more about like the sort of mind modification that happened when the Mason factory was in existence.
Oh, okay.
Sort of how it's like blocking it out of your memory in some way.
Do I get the feeling it's something I'd be able to dispel, or is it just kind of
No,
there?
this is
Okay.
this is just kind of there.
No, what it's doing is it's affecting our perception of it the way that the factory did. It's not really something I could get rid of.
Weird.
Well,
I mean, I would have to assume maybe it has something to do with Ganadar, since, you know, where we
factory
are.
and
Yeah, the people.
harbingers and...
What purpose do these people have making a blurry stone?
I'm a little scared to answer that question. Are there... Do rituals exist that need precise, like, stone carvings? Anyone... Would anyone here know that?
Is that
Is there a
something I
ritual?
could roll for? Because I'm like
Yeah,
a
you can make an
dwarf and a
Arcana
spell-
check.
Arcana.
I
I got a 12.
You got a
I
12.
got a 5.
what is it, Arcana?
Your
Yeah.
knowledge of arcane arts is not necessarily sufficient enough for you to know. Mido, you're not there.
I was gonna say, is
that's
Mido,
right.
Oops.
Mido's sitting in the
Well, now
bar,
I'm
and
just
suddenly
showing off.
Mido's sitting in the bar, and she's like, I know stuff about magic and statues.
You're having a nice mead and
Let me
talking
tell
to
you,
people
Baldric, about magic statues. Give me another one.
Yeah, I'm just showing off.
Don't worry about it.
The only guy
Showing
was
off.
with you, huh? Right?
Showing off your +3 modifier to intelligence.
Yeah, I'm very smart.
Smurf.
I'm smart.
Well, I would really rather not risk this being like some sort of surprise monster that might come out and start destroying the people of Arcadia, because Ganador is a little bit of that kind of guy.
Bad.
Yes. So, can I suggest everyone take a
Repugnant. Disgusting.
Yeah. Oh, I love that
Awful.
Goth talks.
Now that Golf talks, he's just gonna say all the things that we just
Yeah.
All the what?
all the things that we want to say, but we aren't.
All the things that I remember that no one else remembers.
Yeah.
I still remember there was like one time when like everyone would forget. It was like it was like during
Yeah, it was
like,
when you all got
we were all
captured.
handcuffed, and I was the only person who remembered something important, and my character doesn't talk, and I was like I was dying. I was like, please, someone else remember this. Oh my god.
Nah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Can we all take a couple... just some... Give the statue some space for a bit. And... I'm just gonna...
Oh.
Oh shit!
Goff is gonna dive away from the statue.
Oh.
Her bow out.
So here's the thing
Rolling
about
away.
the fact. So here's the thing about the fact that this is an object, not a person. Takes max damage from the explosive arrow. So it just
Oh boy.
Yeah.
So I see Ellen pulling her bow and starting aiming, and I just.
So you
Uh,
do your. You don't do 18 damage. You do like 24 damage. And then in addition to the sneak attack thing, well, sneak attack, you're not sneaking on an object. So you all see Ellen as you're all back. You all see Ellen pull out one of Walden's explosive arrows and knock it. And as soon as you see this, you will start bolting away from the statue as she fires an arrow off at it. It slams right into the center of this blurry mass and detonates. And you are just pelted with pebbles as this thing explodes and shatters in multiple directions, leaving a pile of debris just scattered around the cistern.
Debris.
And then
Debris.
I
Is
feel
the
like
statue
You're going to have to
gone?
discuss
The
us
statue
before you
is
do
gone.
these things
Is
sometimes.
is the blurred effect still there?
No.
Oh, Goff is. I think Goff is like on the ground, like kind of prone because he did like a dive away from the statue.
I'm sorry.
She,
No, you're not.
Ellen, maybe next time we could talk about it for at least a few seconds before
Yeah.
you shoot the
Make a
arrow.
vote,
That is fair.
make our last will and testament. You know.
Oh, we're fine.
I was standing right next to it.
You're
Oh
fine.
yeah, you were.
Goff just shakes his head and gets up, dusts himself off.
If I stand where the statue was, is the blurred?
It's
does
gone.
the blurred
Yeah,
effect?
it's gone.
Okay.
For whatever it was on the statue and not the area.
Interesting.
Well, I guess we don't have to tell anybody anything anymore.
You'll tell Mino though. You hear in your mind.
I think we should probably go.
Should we not tell anyone about all of the dead people?
Oh yes, that is
The piles
a very
of
fair
bodies.
point.
I mean, we probably should, yeah.
Popular. I'm sorry.
I guess. Let's leave. Let's leave and
Yes.
go tell somebody and hopefully not get implicated in this because we were the only people there. Well, besides the murderer. There wasn't
Well, the city is aware of Ada, so I think they'll understand.
Hopefully.
How many people are in? How many dead bodies are in here?
Probably about a dozen, I'd say.
Do any of them? Can I do like investigation as we're leaving? Kind of looking over them, seeing if
Sure.
any of them look. Basically, two. Can I roll once for two different kinds of things?
No.
Because I want to investigate to see if if anyone looks familiar to me, and also if anyone like has any visible things on them, like a book or a ledger or a note
Okay.
or anything. Is that possible to do with one roll?
No, you'd have to make multiple rolls for that.
Okay, I guess I'll do one roll for the first thing and another roll for the second thing. 11 and 19.
Okay.
So 11
you-
for looking to recognize any faces. Maybe
Yeah,
people that
a lot of the
before.
faces are very disfigured from whatever damage has been done to the
True.
ice socket. And you kind of go over some of them and pat them down and dig around inside the robes. There's nothing in there. You pull out, occasionally like a couple gold pieces here and there, maybe a total of about 15 gold, all things considered, and all of them have various
Okay.
mundane weapons on them.
I wasn't trying to like go looting. I was mostly trying to find
I know.
any information.
I understand. And, some of them
Yeah.
have what look to me like things from their lives, like receipts or bills of sale, that kind of thing.
Okay. I don't think I'd take anything off of the bodies, even the gold. I'd probably just leave it. I was
Okay.
mostly just looking for like any connections, like oh, this person, has another hideout or
Smells.
something. This person smells.
This person smells like
if
they-
there's someone like basically Goff is just trying to keep an eye out for any potential people that like we might know or have met that could be involved.
Okay.
Because
Fair
they're all people are all over the place.
Okay.
Okay, so that's all I'm doing.
Okay.
I'm good to get out of here.
All right. So you all leave this terrible scene and exit from the watchful eye, closing the door behind you and moving out back into the streets proper. You are in sort of a muddy, empty part of town. It's getting a little late in the afternoon. What do you wish to do at this point?
So do we want to go talk to the guards?
Yeah, Verna will probably be the best person, I'd imagine.
Yeah. Where do we find?
She's usually in the barracks, isn't she? That's where she is when she's not in our
That's
party.
where she lives. That's her house.
Well, yeah. Where does Verna spend her time when Patrick's not
She-
playing? Is she
she's-
always in the headquarters, or does she like ever
She's
come
in
to the
the-
Snapdragon?
She's either in the headquarters or she is out on some kind of field assignment.
Oh, okay. Do we ever run into her at the Snapdragon, or does she ever go there?
No.
She never
Oh.
visits us. She never calls.
Yeah.
Never talk to us anymore.
Never talk.
In fact, she does have a floor on the in the apartment complex, but I don't think there's any furniture in it.
It's just as empty as when we found it.
Yeah.
Alright, so I guess we're gonna go to the headquarters.
Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan.
The flam.
All right. So you head up to.
Plan of this
You
plan.
take about 15 minutes. Make a walk up to the civic district where you happen upon the military academy once again. The military HQ, excuse me. You make your way inside to the security checkpoint. You are stopped by a soldier who he looks kind of gruff. He's a human man. He says, "Sorry, do you have business here?"
Hi, we need to make a report of a lot of things. Can we please
Alright.
speak to Verno Seam?
You'd have to speak to the front desk to make your report. If you have any authorization to be here, you can come in. But unfortunately, unless you have a member of the military with you, we're not. This is generally not open to the public.
Okay. I just talk into my earring. Verna, if you're there, we're outside. Hi.
You hear a response.
Okay, we'll talk to the front desk.
Right. You find a young halfling woman sitting at the desk, wearing a blue military's uniform. She's got a sort of like a pair of spectacles on, and as you approach, she looks up at you. Hi.
Hi, is this where we make a report?
Yeah. Hold on a minute, and she starts rustling around on the desk, and she, after a moment, hands you a clipboard with some paper and a pen.
Oh god, Verna was always better at this than I was. Okay, what's on the clipboard?
It's just an incident report form.
Is this incident called, does the incident report cover, like, multiple bodies found, secret evil
Yes,
cult
yes, yes.
underground?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can write all that if you want. There's forms for incidents and description of the incident, where it was located, when it happened.
Okay.
Any crimes you think have been committed, that kind of thing.
I go to everyone and I'm like, okay, so what crimes do we think happened here? Exactly. Who here knows the law well enough to talk about that? Verna's not here. Help.
Well, generally,
Murder,
murder's
I mean-
bad.
The murder.
worship
Was it-
of evil deity.
Okay, yes. Is that a legal crime?
Culty feeling. Weird blurry statue.
we, there. It's not there anymore.
It was still bad.
Forbidden
It
for
was.
statue. Forbidden happenings.
I don't know if
Forbidden.
that's a crime.
Poor lighting in the tunnel.
No OSHA standards.
I'm not up to code.
Definitely not up to code.
Definitely
Well-
not up to code.
Probably appropriation of public property because I don't believe the sewers can just be like used by anybody as some sort of secret underground base.
I don't think they were paying rent,
Hmm.
but also murder. I think murder is
Hmm.
definitely a
Murder
crime.
is probably
Most likely, yeah.
Murder.
Jeez.
Judas. No.
Oh my god. Fucking memes. Anyway. Alright, so I assume you just spend some time, you fill out this paperwork, and
Yeah.
you hand it back. We're not gonna role play filling out forms. It's the most boring shit on the
Welcome to D&D. We roleplay paperwork.
Uh-oh, I rolled a 1 and I accidentally misspelt my name as Mido Pena.
I missed
So-
I rolled a 1 and I accidentally drew a huge penis on the paper.
A dick butt. So you spend some time, you fill out the paperwork, you hand it back to the woman at the front desk. She thanks you and lets you know that it'll be forwarded to the appropriate department for review.
Okay. Thank you.
This seems less efficient than just talking to Verna or
It-
Anna.
It really does, but I'm not entirely sure which one of them we're supposed to talk to in this case.
Anna's
And we
not
can't
even in the
find
city.
her.
Yeah, I don't think Anna
Yeah.
would be working with the guards, and she's out of
Hmm.
wherever.
Well,
I know.
Whenever we actually want to do something properly, we can. I think it's saying something.
Who does things properly anymore? Just you know, punch your way through.
That's what Mido would do, but she's not here right now. So
I keep hearing this voice in my head. Does anybody else?
Wow. That's cruel.
It's like,
No.
almost here.
All right. So we've
All
got
right.
that submitted.
So back to the Dapper Snapdragon, shall we?
Yes.
Okay.
We
So
shall.
you all make your way across town back to the Dapper Snapdragon. You're let into your compound by your guards. Felania this time is taking watch, and she opens the gate for you. You move in. You make your way to the tavern where Agatha is behind the bar, and you notice at the bar is Mido.
Mido!
Hey.
how much have I had to drink?
It's up to you.
Had quite a few drinks.
Okay.
But
You're a little drinky.
little drinky. It's my friends. Hello.
Michael, where you been?
Here.
Oh. We,
This whole time. You guys just
Well-
didn't pick me up.
sorry.
No, I get it. I see how it is.
It's okay. We found some bodies.
Without me?
We've just been investigating murder, you know.
Yeah, like you do.
Okay.
Well, okay. Yeah, it's murder.
It's murder.
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 Judas.
Funny word. And I sit up straight, and I set my drink down and push it away from me to pretend like I'm not actually kind of drunk right now. So what do we? I mean, what would you do about it?
Well, we found out who did it. And do you remember? Wait, was she with us in the Flesh Factory?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
You remember forever ago in the Flesh Factory? We
Try not to.
we accidentally set loose that there was a little girl. She got caught up in a lot of things that really are beyond her control, and she got turned into she got bonded with some sort of strange power from, I guess, other worlds. And anyway, now she's this strange spirit with void for eyes. And you remember her? She crawled on the ceiling.
Yes.
Yeah, that was her. She did the murders, and
Wow.
she was murdering specifically the
Can we just say
cultists.
kill? Hey. Can we just say kill?
Yeah, she did the killings.
Why do you say it like that?
She did it.
Just
She-
say kill.
She killed, and
What is happening?
I'm not sure.
we're not okay. Yeah, sorry. Red is not
She
the only
killed
one.
a
who-
lot of bad people. They
Yes.
probably deserved it. Some of them maybe not,
Okay, then why do? Okay, good luck.
but most of them.
Most of
If
them.
most of them deserved it, then I don't see the issue.
Well,
That's not the
She-
only thing we found is the issue.
Oh,
there was this. Anyway, it turns out there was this strange. There's another tavern somewhere that sort of has a second function as a evil cultist lair.
oh, good. We don't have enough
And-
of those.
Oh yeah, and they in their basement there was this this statue that
Okay.
that wouldn't let us see it, if that makes sense.
Did you blow it up?
Of course.
yeah, she shot it. It blew up.
Good.
I'm with Goff.
I fold my arms.
It stopped being blurry after it blew up.
That
We'll
is
never know what it
true.
was.
I was hoping that blowing it up would well, I hope that blowing it up stopped whatever power was influencing everything there.
Or it was just keeping whatever it was secret, and we'll never know now.
That is
One or the
also fair, but either way, it's all in the past. And when Sissel touched the statue, we got a vision of a snowy mountain peak called the Throne of the, which I guess Hiraeth knew as the Throne of the
I think it
World,
was Sissel who knew it.
which Sissel knew as the home of the world, home of the throne of the home of the world. My stand.
That's
God.
So that sounds like cold weather. And does that mean we're going there? Is that?
It means we probably will have to go there eventually.
But that's. I don't like the cold.
And
I
the
know.
thing about that mountain is I've only ever read about it, I've never actually been there. But it's kind of very high up, and it's...
And
dangerous.
apparently everybody who's ever climbed it has died. So you know, the
Well,
usual
I don't
for us.
die, so
Hmm.
That is fair. I and oh,
Mido's cell phone rings.
Yeah.
you okay?
Hmm. Hmm.
I don't die, huh? And yet here
Rest
she
in
is,
rip in
Famous
peace.
last words.
dead. Completely.
I can't believe our friend Lauren is dead.
Can't believe Midoway still Spire is fucking dead.
That's it.
My
still almost
Winnie the
do her
Hedgehog is.
sometimes.
Midoway is still Spire found dead in Miami.
The memes are just running wild.
The memes are so strong.
I'm sorry that this is your D&D group.
It's fine. I like it.
We're just like this.
They are simply like this.
We are simply like this.
It's just the way we are. We are what we are.
We are. You of the nation.
Okay.
Well,
I-
we're
well-
updating Mido on the situation, but Mido's now not here.
Yeah. Mido's got a Pokeball over her head.
No,
Mhm.
don't say that.
Meadow has the Windows loading screen.
It's the little,
Right, the-
the little
the-
buffering.
The little buffering, yeah. We're just. Oh, okay. We need to.
AOL dial-up noises.
Oh What is happening?
Speaking of that, have you guys ever accidentally dialed the fax machine?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely,
It's
100%.
terrifying, yeah.
It's a nightmare. All it does is scream at you.
Fax machines are a hell of a drug. But they do work, and sometimes you gotta fax something because snail mail would be stupid. And
I
nobody
still
knows
have
what
to
an email
fax
is.
things at work. I hate it.
I fax things sometimes, but usually official things so that people don't give me shit.
Yeah.
Well, Lawrence disappeared, so we're just gonna keep moving.
Okay, so now that we have absolutely, completely updated our friend Maito,
Mhm.
What do we want to do for? Oh, let's not talk in the public pub. Let's.
The pub,
let's.
like,
Yeah. Let's retire somewhere more private.
we could go hang out in the apartments.
Oh, yeah.
Slumber party.
All right. Not in my place though. There are a couple too many traps
we also
there
have
for
the
all
war
of you.
room.
We have the war room.
We have the war room, which I forgot about.
I was about to like suggest that, but I'm like, I mean, I guess if you want to go to the apartment, so we can go.
I forgot
there's-
about it.
There's
Yeah,
pillows in
let's
the
just-
apartments, but the war room is made for that. We can put pillows in the war room. We should
Let's
put pillows in the war room.
pillows in the
Let's
war
put pillows
room.
in the war room. I'm gonna go out
Alright.
and get some pillows.
Yeah.
You find some very nice plush pillows. You also find some medieval bean bags. I don't know.
Medieval bean bags. They're full of actual beans.
Mid bean bowl.
Be-
They
Oh.
could be like
Benny
dried beans so that they don't go bad and stink after.
Oh my god, no, yeah, that's what I was assuming. Not like fucking refried beans.
Not like
Ugh. Could you imagine sitting on a bag filled with
some barbecue baked beans.
It's like
Goff would sit on that and then a bunch of
It
like
would just be the biggest
pop
slurp in
open.
the world. You just sit on it and be like,
and then it would pop open, all these beans would pour onto the
It
floor.
would pop open the seams.
okay. Anyway,
Seams.
so you
Oh.
bring some pillows down to the war room. Sergeant Dead Strength is there. She's just doing some paperwork at a desk in the corner. She says, "If you need any prep, I'm here."
Thank you. We may want your expertise. Oh,
Okay.
don't worry. Now we rewind to when we were updating Mido.
Yup, yup, yup. Okay, we're back. That was me rewinding.
Haley.
Okay, so what was the last thing we said? Sorry.
I don't
We're
remember.
talking
I was
about
thinking about
cold, how-
bees.
We were
You're
talking
talking
about how
about
the
how cold it
mountain
was.
is cold and tall, and
Oh,
people
yeah.
die
Oh, yeah.
climbing it.
And the thing is, we may not have a choice
Right, but I don't die,
going
so.
there. Yeah. But, of course, there's also another but. We also need to worry about the third key. The third and final key, that which Anna sent us out for a while ago now. It will be in the archipelago, I believe, where the Goliaths live. Yes.
Regrettably.
Yes.
I look
And-
at Goff and I frown.
And
Rock is also drowning.
yeah. And this one, I believe, is not the best thing to leave in the hands of an unstable element.
Right.
But yes, Ada, Ada Coldsong, the poor little girl who was taken advantage of, and
I kill whoever
that
did that.
that we helped free from the flesh factory. She left us a note in Goff's notebook.
Oh, Goff, he pulls out the notebook and flips to the most recent page
Um,
to show
You
to
should-
Mido.
you should be able to see it, Lauren, if you go to your documents and you go to important documents. It should be the top one. Ada's message, it's called.
That's cryptic. This is all very sobering, and I'm a little sad now. I look at the drink that I left on the bar, and I frown.
Yes.
And
It's quite
Yes.
ominous.
and now I guess we go to the war room.
Oh, we're in. Oh, yeah.
So, you all head down to the war room at this point to discuss more privately what you wish to do. So you walk inside. You have your large round conference table. There's a battle map on the wall, or a map of the realm for you to plan out certain things that you wish. And Sergeant Dead Strength, your tactician, is nearby.
Also, plenty of pillows. You're welcome.
Yes. Sissel brought down a bunch of pillows.
Thank you, Sissel.
You're
Thank-
welcome.
Our problem still continues to be we have this whole prophecy thing that Ada gave us. Seems fairly pressing.
It
But
does,
we also have what we were doing with the keys.
which is also fairly pressing.
And each thing is in completely the other direction in the world. Doesn't help.
Do we want to flip a coin?
I'd say that personally, I think that since Ada's prophecy is all about something impending right now, I feel like it's a little more time sensitive, but we don't really know what's happening with the other key. So
That's the issue, is the lack of information we have.
So, the trouble is, if we do decide to go after Ada's prophecy, how are we going to get up on that mountain?
got magic in
We climb it.
fly.
We climb the mountain.
Most of us
That's how
can
you-
fly.
We're
Okay,
going
so
to.
most of us.
I can turn you into something that can fly.
I would rather not.
I can slap you and you can fly for 10 minutes.
Maybe.
But only 10 minutes. I'd have to slap you again to do it again.
That's fine. Your slaps are like nothing to me. No offense. No offense.
You're like baby.
You are like baby. My baby noodle arms. Don't make fun of my baby noodle arms.
I'm not making fun of you. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Can't hurt me. I have an
I'll
armor
remember
class.
I'll remember that.
Sizzle will remember that.
Oh my god.
But yeah, we're
I
going
don't
to
know
be.
why I meant it as camaraderie, but
We're going to be facing some pretty extreme weather, so we'll need to be prepared. I mean, again, lots of dead people. If most people who have ever climbed that mountain have not made it back, then I don't think.
Also, has anyone ever seen something like that tail in that vision before?
The tail the person had.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. You asking character?
Yes.
Sorry. I was just. I guess out of character. I was clarifying what you meant. How did the tail look again? Was it
It was a
like
forked tail.
Okay.
I mean, we've seen Anna, but
It didn't
her
look
tail
like
is
Anna.
nothing like that.
I
Wait,
would know.
dragon-
I've seen Anna's tail a lot.
Dragonborn We've only seen the one Dragonborn, right? Which is Anna.
Correct.
Did she have a tail?
Yes.
Okay.
It was-
'Cause I
it
know
was
that I know that by default.
It was a straight scaled tail.
I was just clarifying because by default in the player's handbook, Dragonborn are described as not having them, so I just didn't know. Okay.
But she had a tail.
Shit.
Okay. So yeah.
Yeah, no, it didn't look like Anna.
Have I ever seen
know
a creature that has a tail that's forked?
I mean, you've seen creatures with tails before. You've seen lizards, but they don't typically have a forked tail like that. You've never,
And
you've never
It
seen
wasn't
anything.
scaled like Anna's.
No,
either,
it was-
it?
You couldn't really get a sense because this person was hundreds of feet off. You just saw the silhouette, and you saw what looked to be a tail rising out from underneath the robe. It was a very thin tail that came to. It was sort of like a little triangle at the end. It was a little forked tail, kind of like a devil tail.
Interesting.
Uh-huh.
I have no idea what that could be.
I've never seen anything like it before.
It's just someone in a devil costume.
I don't.
We've only ever really seen one devil.
I
That
don't-
was a
do
joke.
devils have that kind of tail? Is that out of character?
That was out of character. And
okay.
It was a joke.
Okay. I thought you were saying in character. I was like, well, how do we talk about this?
Yeah, it's just like, do I know what this is?
No, they don't have like fucking the weird red costumes that you get at Party City.
Oh my god.
all the demons in this game in D&D look like the devil from Cow and Chicken.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Looks
That's
like the
exactly-
robot devil.
Excuse me, that's exactly
Yeah.
what I was thinking about.
They all have huge just naked asses that aren't covered, which is
I don't
great.
want to
Oh,
talk
I mean,
about
what was up with that?
Such
It's
an
a fucked up
upsetting show.
Yeah, I don't know why I watched that show, but it was on.
Hey, 90s.
Isn't it totally weird that they had a cow and a chicken?
Anyway,
Yeah. Maybe.
Did- Didn't
Maybe
the,
we could ask.
wait? Didn't the hold on?
what?
So I might be incorrect in what I said in character. Did the tail in the mural have that look?
Yeah.
Oh, then I rescind what I said. That didn't actually happen because that was incorrect. In response to Ellen's question, I say, I believe I have, and I flip to my sketch of the mural, and it's the thing at the bottom.
Hmm.
The mural depicts two figures hand in hand, one a large male figure, almost giant-like, the other a female figure with what appears to be horns and a tail. They are holding hands as what appears to be harmonious music notes emanate from them. So, they are one and the same.
Oh.
So we've just got
Well, this is the second prophecy we've got about this.
multiple layers of prophecies here.
Why do we get so many prophecies?
Because we're special.
Well,
Well, we aren't exactly a non-profit agency.
you guys are special. I'm just here.
Indeed. I got that one, Sissy.
I don't know what we're laughing about.
It was a good joke.
Don't worry about that.
Poor
So,
Hippie.
The
Mountain.
the wild one makes jokes. Sometimes I get them.
It was a good joke.
So, are we going to climb this horrible mountain or what?
I suppose that's. Should we ask our sergeant, like, her opinion? I mean, we hired her for her
Yeah.
knowledge and strategy. I mean, she might not have like experience with mysterious prophecies and such, but surely her knowledge in warfare would could be beneficial.
Does knowledge in warfare extend to knowledge in climbing mountains?
I mean, knowledge in planning out campaigns and
Ah.
prioritization of objectives.
I worry about dying to the cold. I might be fine due to my heritage, but I worry about the rest of you.
We should
Really fine.
prepare.
Oh, are we going shopping for some fur coats and shit?
I believe we do need to do that. And while we're at it, we should pay a visit to Dr. Walden. I'm sure, well, perhaps he might have something that could help, or he could come up with something that could
I
help.
really want that grappling. Please.
I'm not actually talking about the grappling hook.
Oh.
Yeah, well, I mean, a
Fine.
grappling hook for climbing a mountain might be pretty helpful.
But yeah, that's true. But we specifically
think-
requested it golf-sized.
I think one or some of us also visit a library and read about anything regarding the mountain.
That is true. And perhaps mountain climbing while we're at it? I mean, I have never scaled mountains before.
It's overrated.
I've
minor.
scaled trees. Unfortunately, this time we're not exactly in it for the experience.
I wasn't either.
Climbing will not be the worst of it. It will be the wind.
Oh, yes.
Like I said, I don't like the cold, so not a big fan of this.
I'm so looking forward to it.
Well, this isn't the first time strange magic stuff has just thrown itself at us, so why not? Also, this is, I
When
believe,
is it not?
that's true. Also, this is literally the second prophecy we've had about regarding the this whole thing, like regarding this specific mountain and this specific strange two-tail, fork-tail lady. Tails.
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 Tails,
Tails, you're gonna crash! Ah!
Sail.
Sail.
So
Then
if
I
we're
hit
going
my
to,
foot on the keyboard.
if we're going to the mountain, should we perhaps make like a cursory plan, see how long it would take to get out there?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when we look at our map of the realm, our realm of the map of the realm of the map,
Mm-hmm.
Imagine the Dragon Age Inquisition like cutscene when you go to look at the war map.
Yeah. Um, so
And then the game takes years to
this poses a tricky question. The question is, are you planning to travel by horse all the way from Arcadia, or maybe teleport to Crankshaft and travel east?
Which is
That's also
faster?
Cecil. I think teleporting
The
would
latter
probably
would be faster.
But you
We-
would not be able to take your horses with you. You'd have to get your own horses, which means it would be a little slower because you wouldn't have I mean, overall it'd be faster, but you wouldn't have the benefit
Yeah.
of your personal horse with
I
mounting.
mean, would we have to worry about our horses freezing to death?
You would not be able to take your
No.
horses in. Okay, so as you're all planning this out, you get Sergeant Deadstring's attention, and she explains to you what she's knowledgeable about. Because as a tactician, she actually has some fairly decent knowledge of the realm itself and about the various locales in it. She explains that the throne of the world is, as you know, the highest peak. It's the highest peak in the world, the mountain range. No one has scaled it. Everybody who has tried, very few have even come to its surface. They have perished in the frigid wastes surrounding it, either from the extreme cold in climate or from the terrible beasts that inhabit those wastes. If you are interested, I would recommend seeking out a guide. You may find some at the Adventurers Guild in Zephyr's Gate, known as the New Frontier.
Okay, I believe that
Sounds
would
advisable.
That sounds very wise.
You would not be able to take your horses. You would likely have to go on foot. It would take approximately, if you were to cross the frigid wastes, about a 3 days journey to the base of the mountain itself. Maybe another half a day's climbing, maybe more. No one knows. No one's ever really scaled it and come back to tell the tale.
Well,
Makes sense.
again, I don't die. So.
But I do.
Yeah, that did happen once.
Mhm.
So then we can't. Well, then we'll be fine. This is all a bit of humor to try and mask my fear of climbing this mountain.
Oh, don't worry. Same.
Well,
Just looking at the map.
I'm
What
less
about-
worried about the beasts and more worried about the cold, frankly.
Hmm.
Even with magic, has anyone tried?
There aren't many practitioners of the arcane arts who are foolhardy enough to attempt.
Well, that's us.
Well, that's
There are few. The issue is less about the use of magic and more about the extreme conditions. Very few people can make the journey across those wastes where there is very little in the way of shelter.
Hmm.
There have been reports of ravines or cavern systems, although there is no idea what might be inhabiting those systems. But as for the mountain itself, again, it is quite an extensive range.
That makes sense. Well, perhaps Dr. Walden will be able to help us find some solutions to this, or some way of alleviating this problem.
well, it's worth a try.
Or, are there any magic items that might help us?
You don't know. Not
I'm
offhand.
asking, yeah.
Okay.
I'm asking like everyone else. Like, does anyone know? I'm not a magic person.
I'm sure there's something. I don't think we have it.
I mean, like Alex mentioned, there's the spell of the mansion, but I don't
I don't have it.
that's something that could potentially, but we don't have access to it. There's probably other spells that can do things to help make it easier, but nothing that I have besides just healing damage. Maybe items or spells that can do something with to create a warmth would be the simplest thing.
I can light things on fire, and that's about the extent of it.
Me too. I think relying on magic in this case might not mean it'll help. I'm sure there will be some help. We really need to focus on layers.
Man, I wish I had Leoman's tiny hut,
Whoops.
but I don't have it, and I can't swap spells out because I'm a bard. R.I.P.
Well, I think we should give Weldon a try, and then go from there.
So, shall we... Is it time for our shopping trip?
I gotta redraw my character now.
Why?
So she has a nice fur coat on.
Oh, okay. All right. So you're heading out to see old Dr. Walden.
Wear
Yeah.
the raggedy
What time of
ass
day is it?
armor.
It's probably at this point about 4:30, 5 o'clock.
Oh, I'm beat. That was a joke because
I'm
real
gonna.
life.
I would like to. Is it? Would it be too late in the day to go to the academy's library?
What is your purpose in going there?
Researching the mountain.
They're more of
Oh,
a magic library.
okay. The library that would have information about the mountain.
Yeah, you can find the
Geological.
Arcadian Public Library in the Civic District.
Okay.
So yeah, you can go there if you want and start poking around.
If everyone's going to see Walden, I think, you meet with Walden. I'm going to look into the mountain a bit more,
Can I go with you? Goff?
if you like.
Goff, do you want us to pick up that grappling hook for you? It might... It might help if we're climbing a mountain.
If you believe it will help, yes. Though, and Goff kind of pulls out a pouch that he carried his personal gold in, and he opens it, and there's only like 25 pieces in there. I don't have much left.
Aww.
Oh, don't worry. Well...
He spent all of it on the mask being enchanted, or whatever it was.
It's a party thing. You need to get up the mountain as much as the rest of us.
True.
Right. Well, hold on. I got some gold in here. Hold on. And I scrounged around in my bag.
Well, Goff also has the bag of holding.
Oh,
with all
Goff
of your
does
money in
have...
it.
Oh yeah, you also have all of the party funds.
Oh.
Not all of it. I got money.
The shared funds.
Yeah. Well,
The multi-funds.
The multi-funds.
The multi-funds. The fun funds.
I'll do that.
Multi-track drifting.
I could give the bag to one of you, or just come.
Sure. Any of us could... We'll return it afterwards. I could take it, or anyone... Because your avenue of research is also pretty important. I would think.
Goff unhooks the bag and gives it to, I guess, Ellen or Heraith or Sissel.
Sure. Yeah, I guess.
But not Mido.
No, Mido's coming with me.
Oh, Mido's coming with you. Okay.
Yeah, otherwise they would gladly take the bag.
Mm-hmm.
She's very excited about that one.
How many platinum pieces are in that bag again?
300.
Okay.
How much do you have total again?
Jeez.
I don't even remember how much money you still have on
Group
hand.
funds, we have 7,413.
All right. Okay.
So not as high as we've been in the past, but
So pretty
But
high.
a good
That's a lot of
amount.
money.
That's
A lot of money.
It's a lot
That's
of
a lot of. Look at all these chickens.
Yes.
Wank.
money.
Um,
keep it safe.
keep it secret. Yes, of course. So I guess we split up and do our stuff.
Okay. Who wants to go first?
I can. Yes. Mine probably won't
Yeah.
last as long.
Okay, so Goff, you head over to the Arcadian Public Library, which is in the Civic District, a little bit north of the Storm Oak Plaza. It's kind of picture the size and scope to be sort of like the New York Public Library, very large front, with these large, sort of like hippogriff statues out front instead of lions.
Mhm.
You head inside. What do you wish to do?
I would like to look for books about the Throne of the World
Okay,
or
so
relating
you-
to it. So
I'm not-
with Mito's help, learn other.
All right. Well, you head over to like the card catalog basically, and you start pouring through it for books on geography and natural history and that kind of thing. Make an investigation check. If Mito is assisting you, do it with advantage.
Okay.
And I am.
16.
16 total. Okay. You do manage to find what looks to be a memoir, not a memoir, but like an autobiography of a adventurer who had attempted to scale the throne of the world in the past. You know, think of like those people who tried to be the first to scale Everest, kind of
Right.
thing. Similar to that. What kind of information particularly are you looking for in this?
I mean, as much as I can, I guess focusing specifically on like what worked for the trap for people, what did not work.
Okay.
Specific, dangerous, unique, specific monsters or threats that may not be like that are specific to this location that are not encountered elsewhere. That like maybe they wouldn't otherwise know about or learn
Sure.
from other environments. Just things that are uniquely beneficial knowledge about this location. Things and potentially any things that were successful in terms of scaling it or surviving it. Things that weren't. So like I don't try to use something to survive that doesn't work, like like maybe like a certain spell or what that kind of thing. Like
Okay.
just
Well-
trying to learn what's the best way to survive.
Okay. As you are reading this, you start going through it, and you read this whole section where this guy spoke about his preparation for it. Preparation is absolutely key. So he talks about how he purchased a lot of furs for him and his team for bundling up. Purchased snowshoes, rations, lots of rations, especially ones that aren't going to go bad. What else? It gets very, very dark on the wastes, especially during the freak sleet storms that happen. That can happen at a moment's notice. They totally obscure the vision, can essentially creates difficult terrain. It makes it hard to move forward. Some of the more dangerous sleet storms are actually large enough that they can hurt you. So he advises seeking shelter when that kind of thing happens. He mentions along the way, that he was able. So he describes the geography. Initially, it's large open fields of snowdrifts, eventually leading on to icy ravines that seem to cut through the landscape as they make their way toward the mountain itself. Um, so within the ravines themselves, there's a lot of different cavern systems that he went into. He notes that there were yetis, there were trolls. He also encountered some hostile frost giants. On the snowdrifts on the open plains, which are the sort of your first step of the journey, it's kind of he essentially they had to kind of pack themselves within the snow underneath it to try to kind of conserve warmth a little bit. Like
when they
create
were
like little
camping?
pockets. Yeah, like create little pockets under the snow, basically.
Like a little, like they dug under the snow.
Yeah, create like little pockets they dug into it. To try to
We're gonna make little igloos.
at least basically to keep because making a campfire in that environment is essential, and if you have it out in the open, it's going to quickly get snuffed out by the winds. So to at least create a buttress so that you can create a campfire, get some warmth. Other than that, as you're reading further, you realize as you're reading this that this was quite some time ago. This man was a human. He's no longer living. This man was a human. This memoir is from a couple hundred years ago, and it seems to indicate that they made it all the way to the base of the mountain, but by that point, he had started out with about a team of about a dozen people, seasoned adventurers, veterans, and by the end it was just him and one other man, a dwarf. And they basically at that point said we're not going to make this, so they turned around, made their way back to civilization as quickly as they could.
Did they both survive?
Is the dwarf named?
The dwarf is named Marvin. They don't. It seems to indicate that they both survived, although it seems like they had a falling out, and the man Brendan, he kind of when he made it back to civilization, he was by himself, basically. But what you get is that this is probably the person who has been the closest to that mountain.
Even since magic has become kind of a thing.
Yeah, you get the
Because that can augment the whole situation.
Yeah, it's possible, but people are still, given the history of this place, not keen on trying.
Right.
Also,
Especially-
magic's only been a thing for
It's
like
only
a
been
year.
around 20 years, and most people it's still a developing field, and most people aren't as powerful. You all are probably some of the most powerful magic users in the realm at this point.
Hell yeah,
Hell
Ellen.
yeah.
Okay. So I got a lot of.
One
Just
of
like-
the things they indicate is that any sort of medicines or potions that might bolster your constitution, because traveling through these wastes can be exhausting. Or anything. I mean, in your case, you immediately think of a restoration spell might be useful here, because if people
Right.
get exhausted, you can cure them of that.
Do I know of any potions that do that sort of thing? Not just healing, but can
you know that there are cold resistance potions that might help.
Oh, well, fucking yeah. Okay, so that's. Well, it
They
takes.
might be a little pricey though.
How long does it take Moira to make potions?
She makes 7 a week.
So it's something that she could.
She's already
potentially
made.
use.
She's already. You've instructed her that she's to make a number of potions weekly, and then once
Right.
she has those set aside, she just makes whatever and sells them. So unless you want to change that up and
No, you're
specify,
right. Well, if we did that, we still have to wait for her to make them. So that's
yes,
something.
you'd probably have to wait a week.
Which may not be something we want to do. We may have to. We could always see what, like, if we can buy any, see how much they cost.
There's also potions of climbing, which might help.
Right. Yeah, we did use those before. Probably gonna want a lot of each. How long do those last? They don't last for very long. It's like a minute or something, 10 minutes. For
The
each
potion
one.
of climbing is for an hour. Potion of cold
Right.
resistance is also for an hour.
Okay, so we're probably gonna need a lot of all of them, both of them, because
It's going to be very pricey,
yeah,
most likely.
I mean, we're gonna want a lot if we can to.
You could always, attempt it without it. It might increase your odds, basically.
Well, right.
Yeah, we can use them if things get pretty good. I'm not there.
No, yeah, we could probably get some, like at least one of each for everyone, and then. And
You said it was pricey.
Potion of vitality would also help, but that's a very, very expensive potion.
Well,
Potions of vitality remove exhaustion and cure you of diseases and poisons.
would rather spend more money and not die.
But the potions of vitality would probably run you a few thousand each. Yeah,
we don't have
they're-
that much.
yeah,
We
they're-
can't do that.
Yeah, they're very expensive, and you'd have to find someone who could actually brew them up.
Okay, so I have a lot of core information here, and this is like literally the only book I could find about it.
Yeah. You find, I mean, you could find other books that are more impersonal, geographical information about it, which really just regurgitate what you've already read.
Okay.
That was more from a personal standpoint, which seemed to give you some insight into someone's personal experience with it, whereas a lot of the others basically say, this is what it's like, and over, the last 4 centuries, this many people have attempted it, and very few have returned alive. That
Let
kind
me give you some advice. Don't die.
Okay, so I guess Goff copies down all the core stuff to look out for. So I don't know anything. Have I encountered Yetis, trolls, or frost giants?
No.
In the archipelago?
Well, you've encountered giants before in the archipelago. You haven't encountered yet. The archipelago is more of like a cold island area. Like it's not there's not necessarily tropical.
Right.
I mean, there's some small islands that have jungles on them, but the main island,
Right.
is a mountainous area with a lot of.
Right, which is why I wonder if I encountered them, because
You've
seem
encountered-
somewhat similar environments.
You've encountered, I believe, stone giants.
Okay, so I know roughly. I know roughly giants in general. So
Well,
I
you know
guess-
that Goliaths as well are descended from
Right.
giants.
Roll right. So I'm familiar with them. Can I learn? Can I like follow up on this and like can I look for books that have anything to do with Yetis and trolls?
You can do that.
I need to roll again.
Make an investigation check.
I am assisting.
All right.
Oh. Roll a 1 and an 18. So 18.
18.
Sure I want the one.
So, as you're looking through it, what you find about Yetis is that these are creatures that tend to blend in with the snow and ambush people. They have very deadly claws, and they also have the ability to paralyze their victims with a glance.
Just like
They also seem to have a cold breath. What was
Okay.
the other? So trolls. Trolls generally seem susceptible to fire. They have the ability to regenerate their flesh. Other than that, they're just savage creatures. They're not very intelligent.
Okay.
Frost giants are just extremely. They're a very evil clan of giants. They live out in the frozen tundra in small clans. They value brute strength and skill in battle. They're, sort of blue skinned. They have these large beards that are very kind of matted and filled with icicles and that kind of thing.
Is there anything about like their weaknesses or strength?
The frost giants, they're immune to cold.
Okay.
Well,
That's about all you get. They don't seem to have any particular weaknesses. They are just very, very strong. They're not particularly dexterous. They're very hardy, and they aren't very smart.
aw,
Okay. All right.
At it.
Okay. Goff makes note of all this stuff.
aw.
Mm.
Are you, how are you feeling about this?
Which part?
The mountain?
Mm. I am conflicted. The tales of the mountain frighten me deeply, and I worry of us to survive. However,
I believe
That-
we
the door under the pilgrim's path. Liza wanted me to find it. And on that door depicts the scenes that lead us to this mountain. So by duty and by fate, I feel I must go. I must meet the woman with the tail and the horns.
I put a hand on Goff. Okay, I stand on my toes. I'm still tall, but Goff is very large.
9 feet, baby.
Yeah, I put a hand on his shoulder. I'm like, we're gonna get through this together.
Yes.
It's so nice to have a conversation with you like this. Like Mido is like extremely happy right now. Like she's got this really big smile on her face.
It has been liberating,
Yeah.
though also terrifying. But I
Well-
am trying.
Well, I'm glad that you are trying. If that makes sense. Mido is not very good with words. She doesn't have a very high charisma.
Goff is a -1 charisma modifier, so it's relatable. I appreciate that.
Just gives a thumbs up and awkwardly goes back to doing whatever they were doing.
So I guess that's actually I do want to do one more thing. I don't want to like keep delaying the Walden visit because I know that's going to be a blast, but like I want to look at some like wildlife or biology books, and I probably won't find anything, but I'm curious about the horn and the tail on the woman.
Okay.
I want to see if I can find any similar features shared
Give me
by
an
any of the
investigation check.
creatures. Okay.
You're in the public library right now. It may not
I
be
imagine
the best.
this. Yeah, I know, but I'm here. Can I roll with advantage since Lauren's here? Or
Yes.
since Mido's there? Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I think I've already got my high. Yeah, I rolled a 17.
Okay.
I'm also there, in addition to Mido.
Okay, rolled a 17. You start looking through the card catalog. You start looking through species or races of Fertum, and you look at bestiaries. You look at the civilizations. You do not see any reference to this.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Figured I just may as well check.
Okay.
It's probably more likely to find something like that if like it may be the academy, but it's fine. I was here. Here I would look. I guess that's all for me. I don't think there's anything else I need to check up on, at least for specifically for this trip. So
Alrighty.
well, actually, a quick one. I noticed on the map there is Dun Durandare.
Yes.
What can I learn about that from a cursory look through something?
That
through
is
information?
the ancestral home of the Durandare clan of dwarves. It is essentially almost like a dwarven military fort that's built into a mountain pass.
Which
Okay.
clan was the Durandares again?
Dahlia's.
Right.
Isn't that the one who's like the one guy? Her dad is like the one that's on the council or the
Was it the
company.
trade guy? I was just
He's like the
trying
one
to
who was
remember.
like,
He's the one
Okay.
who's heading
Was
the
it fancy?
triumvirate.
yeah,
Right.
that's what
Mhm.
it was.
Okay.
So he was like the one who was like he wanted to like hire the Steel Songs or have them work for him or something, right? Or like
Or get a cut of that Evacuum
right. Okay. So
businessman.
is it? Do I get the impression that people travel to this fort before going to the mountain?
No.
Oh. It
They
seems to be closer to the mountain than any other location.
it's closer. I mean, the geography doesn't work that way.
Oh,
It's mostly just it's through a mountain pass, and there's a lot of just impassable mountainous terrain if you try to go that way. Most people try to go through the frigid wastes instead because
so
it's,
people depart from Zephyrins and go
yes.
up.
Mhm.
Oh. All right.
Also, the Durandares typically are a insular clan, and they don't typically allow people in or around their fort.
Oh.
They block
Rude.
they block the mountain pass to the north as well, so it's sort of like off limits.
Get out of their swamp.
Like the pass to this.
Yeah, the
crater
mountain
on
pass
top?
has like a large portcullis gate over it that basically is guarded by the Durandare clan.
So people can't get into Dun Durandare?
Yeah, they can't.
Oh, so that
Unless
means
you
people
are-
also can't easily get to that crater up top on the left, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay. I just wanted to. I was looking at the map and didn't. I was thought maybe that would be where we would be heading, and then we would go in. But okay. I think that's it. I think I'm done. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, Walden crew.
Don't worry.
Okay, so the rest of you who head over to Dr. Walden, as you make your way to the far corners and head over to his workshop, you're surprised for a moment because it looks like his workshop is expanding a bit. He seems to be renovating and adding new additions onto the workshop. And as you approach the front door, you see, what did I call him? Chunk? I don't remember anymore.
Chunk.
I
It
don't
was.
remember what
I
that
think
guy's name.
it was Chunk or. Yeah.
I think it
just
was Chunk.
Okay. Chunk is there with another
Or Crunch or
Goliath.
something.
Crunch. It
I
was
think
Crunch. It was Crunch.
Okay.
Crunch is there with another Goliath man who's also guarding the door. And as they wave you in, recognizing you. Crunch recognizes you as repeat customers. And then as you step inside, you see that Dr. Walden's there.
Wait, quick question: Is Crunch the one that had the really high pitched voice?
Yes.
Okay, just double checking. Keep going.
As you step inside, you see that Dr. Walden is feverishly working at one of his workshops, and he seems to have a few assistants that are aiding him and moving
Deep
around.
Chris. I'm just kidding.
No,
Sorry,
Deep
I need to
Chris
stop
is there.
talking. Sorry.
They seem to be aiding him. You see a couple
Marion.
of gnomes, a male and a female, and a dwarven woman and a human man, a young human man, all wearing what look to be kind of like company uniforms. They're kind of mimicked off of Dr. Walden's characteristic look, which is a white shirt sleeves with a nice sweater vest and a bow tie, and they're all kind of dressed like that as they work. And you hear Dr. Walden cautioning his assistants to, watch how they're mixing some of the chemicals, and he turns around and he sees all of you, and his face just lights up. My best customers!
Huh?
And
He
the
seems
ones
to
who saved my life.
Rubbing his hands together. What can I do for you? I'm here to shop.
Yes, actually. We are about to
About to
undertake.
do something very stupid.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Well, I'm sure you'll be fine.
well, throne of the world.
I know of it.
We're about to go try to climb that.
His face just falls when he says that. Well, I guess I better get as much money out of you now as I can.
No one has faith in this, and not even the people going.
Uh, yeah, well, we were hoping that you might have something, anything that might help us stay alive.
I might. I have a few things I've been working on. I know that you were asking for that grappling hook.
Yes.
I believe the agreed upon price was 350 gold.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes over to one of his desks and he reaches under and he pulls something out. And you see, it's a large Goliath-sized sort of armband with
Ooh.
with a steam-powered like mounted
Neat.
grappling hook on it.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yes.
And it's got like a retractable thing that automatically retracts it on like a very high tension wire.
Hell yeah.
Hell
Oh.
yeah.
This
Hell
is
yeah.
this is perfect. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Ellen's been dying to get their hands on that grappling hook for like years.
Listen, if we're gonna climb, you need a grappling hook.
No, I know.
So
Alright.
he puts that
And
down on
then-
the counter and he says, let me see. He pulls out a ledger and he starts going over. I have a few new inventions. I may have designed some with you in mind, but as far as assisting you in this quite frankly foolhardy trip, I do have something that might be of use. And he walks across the workshop and he comes back with what looks to be a cylindrical device with what looks to be an antenna at the top of it, and he puts it down on the counter. It looks very heavy. He says, "This is a Walden's patented portable shelter.
Oh my god.
Uh-huh.
You simply set this down and flip the switch on the side here, turn this nozzle, and he kind of like shows you how it works, and then he says, and it will create a dome that will block out the elements. So essentially what this does is
How lucky.
it's similar to it's similar to Liamon's tiny hut, except that it doesn't keep out other people that
Okay.
So essentially it creates a 10-foot radius immobile dome around. It's like almost like a force field.
No.
And
I'm sorry.
when you're inside it, it's basically it's warm. It's comfortable and dry inside.
Oh, good.
Fuck yeah.
Nice.
Other than that, any other things that are similar to Liamon's tiny hut aren't true. So it doesn't block spells and effects and shit like that. But
Okay.
But that's the part we need to like not die.
Yeah, it does block
The
ice and
important
slow.
part.
I mean, it blocks the elements, which is a big concern.
it blocks the elements, but it can only be used once every 8 hours.
I mean, I'm okay with that.
Once every
guess.
long rest, actually, is the way
Oh,
phrased.
yeah, that's fine.
No, this baby set me back a little bit. It's more for the adventuring sort as yourselves, and it should run about 1,000 gold.
Okay. And then, Tom, you're gonna have to deduct because I don't have the.
How
You're
much?
the one with the
So far, I'm
records.
deducting 1,350 gold. Is that so far the amount?
Yes.
Okay.
If we need to, I can kick forward some personal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a lot of plans for it.
All right.
I have some other things that might be of interest if you'd like to look.
Of course.
He moves over to another workbench and he brings back what looks to be a pair of anklets that can be adjusted in size to fit anybody. They seem extensible. He says, what these do is you simply click them together, and they will create a repelling force if you are in free fall. Essentially, what these are featherfall anklets.
Ooh.
Essentially, what they do is 3 times per day. You can they're self only, so it's they essentially give you the featherfall effect. So the way featherfall works is that your rate of descent slows to 60 feet per round until the spell ends, and if you land before the spell ends, you take no falling damage, and can land on your feet. And then and then it ends. So you can do that. 3
Love
times.
that on Thursday.
I could have used that. I actually had featherfall on Dune, but I didn't have it prepared.
Oh.
Because I didn't have enough spell slots, or I couldn't memorize enough. Anyway, so he brings that out, and then he says, "And Ellen, I have a few more prototype arrows that you might be interested in.
Oh, the explosive arrows have served me very well.
I have another restock of those, another quiver of 6. If you're
Okay.
interested. I also have, and he takes out his ledger. I have the following, and you tell me if anything strikes your fancy. I have what I call moss arrows, water arrows, smoke arrows, noisemaker arrows, and concussion arrows. You tell
What
me if you're-
I can guess what the others do from their names, but what do moss arrows do?
You fire the arrow, and it has a special alchemically treated tip that shatters on contact and creates a fast-growing moss on the ground that may dampen your footfalls.
Just as it.
Interesting.
So essentially, what these do is that you fire an arrow, they create a patch of moss with essentially a 15-foot radius or in a 40-foot line. And it dampens footfalls, essentially granting anybody who walks upon it a +10 bonus to stealth.
Ah.
And
Oh.
it's very soft.
That sounds wonderful. Actually. All right. And
Does it grow moss?
Yeah, it grows moss on the ground.
There could be an interesting combo potential with that with plant growth.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Ellen and Goff, like
Goff's not there, but
What a
story, Mark.
no, I mean like
What
Ellen
a
and Goff
story.
team moves. What the story, Walden?
What a crazy story, Walden. Anyway, how's your sex life? Anyway.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna
I
die.
was waiting for
Wow.
someone to say that, and then I was like, but maybe it's better.
Who's
that we
it
don't.
gonna be?
Don't.
Who's gonna do it?
It's terrible.
Oh
Walden doesn't need a sex life. He's making that bank now.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
He's got money and tech.
The
He's gonna be
others,
a robot.
the others, you can likely guess what they do. Water arrows have a little bit of water in the tip. They can douse fires in a 5-foot radius. Smoke arrows just create a cloud of smoke to obscure vision. Noisemakers create a noise you could potentially use to distract individuals. Concussion arrows, they explode in a flash of light and can stun individuals.
All right.
And I have a quiver of 6 for each of them.
Okay.
I also have the gas mask if you're still interested in that. No one seems quite interested in it.
We Do we want the gas mask?
But
I mean,
does
it's
it look
probably-
cool?
Probably useful to have on hand, but how much does it cost?
It's 200 gold.
I mean, you're there to make the decision, not me.
I turn to everyone else and just sort of say, well, what do you guys think? I feel like the moss arrows will be useful, even if it's not just for me. That way I don't have to go alone all the time when we're trying to sneak up on anything.
I think so.
And maybe we can avoid stuff that happened with Sissel when she last tried to sneak.
Calls out Sissel.
Don't call me out like this.
it turned out well.
It turned
Right.
out fine.
It turned out fine. It was fine.
It was fine.
It's fine. I like how this is our the chaotic coping mechanism. It's fine.
Chaotic coping mechanism. Yeah.
Um. Yeah, so, okay. The moss arrows would be wonderful. Are they all 200 gold?
The gas mask is 200 gold. The quivers of arrows are each 250. The featherfall anklets would run you 500 if you were interested in those.
Okay. Oh gosh, I'm remembering the fight with the beholder on the ship, on the flying ship, and saying, and also we are going on a high mountain. We are going to be in danger of falling a lot. I think I think the anklets are a good investment for scaling mountains. Do you think?
I'd say so.
Mm-hmm.
Who should we give it to?
I
I
feel like
we could all use it.
everyone could
Yeah.
benefit from it, but I feel like people who
Mhm.
don't have tools for
For
already, maybe
Yeah.
Wraith or Roscoe or Mido.
yeah,
Does her Wraith have a Featherfall spell?
No, but I can like polymorph and shit.
Oh,
With
true.
Dimension
Yes,
Door
I
as
guess,
well. So
I guess, Mido or Roscoe then. I mean, Goff, I guess also kind of, but like,
Roscoe has monk abilities.
Yeah, monks have a.
does he
reduced
have the
fall
reduced
damage or
falling
something.
damage?
Yeah,
thing?
they have a reduced falling damage thing.
Well, I mean, depends on how high up he's falling from.
True. Yeah.
But I mean, so.
But I mean, if he gets if you're falling off the mountain and you have a feather fall on you, you won't take any damage, but you're just gonna fall a very long way.
I guess it depends on what
Assuming the
Featherfall
spell
is.
lasts that long, because that spell only
you
lasts.
could wait
1
you
minute.
you could wait for a while and then trigger it when like
True.
later in the fall.
Hey guys, I might call out because I've been sneezing a lot and it actually hurts my chest. So,
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes
Like-
sense to me.
Yeah.
Any if anything is Lauren doesn't go to that shitty job, I think all of your friends are gonna say, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
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 I'm just, it hurts really fucking bad. And if that happens on a phone call, there's no way for me to stop it. So,
True.
okay,
Okay.
cool.
So Walden lays all these pieces out before you,
I'm
and
gonna do that.
you're welcome to pick what you wish.
Okay. I'll take another quiver of explosive arrows.
The explosive arrows are a bit more expensive because they are filled with,
Gun.
yes, gunpowder.
Gun.
Those would be 300 for a quiver of 6, as they were last
Right.
time.
Oh yeah. I have a bad memory, but Ellen does not. Yes. All right. Those were very useful and also possibly frightening to everybody. So okay, 300 for the
Explosives, and any other quiver of special arrows would run 250.
I gave him all of my personal gold
Oh.
for the explosive arrows.
Okay.
So I don't need to worry about that.
No, I because I feel like Ellen probably feels like she just scared Goff with those explosive arrows. So
Well, you just didn't give any warning. You just like, well, I don't like
I
the
said-
statue, and
I
then
said-
start.
I said, maybe can we all take a step back from the statue?
I don't remember that at all. I'm pretty sure
Oh,
it was like,
sorry.
well, this is an issue. I don't like this, and you just pull your bow out, and Goff was like right next to it.
Oh, sorry.
Maybe you were thinking it and didn't. Sometimes I think
That's
things and don't say
probably
them.
that's
But
probably what
I
happened.
don't remember you saying, "Can we step back?" I think you were just.
I was
think you just
probably
fired.
Yeah, sorry.
That's okay. No, it's
Um,
fine.
I need to remember to.
Okay, so what
vocalize.
more am I subtracting? We're getting the anklets and what
Anklets.
how much for the
the
anklets?
200.
They are five. The anklets are
Oh,
5.
500. Sorry. 500.
Okay, and what else am I subtracting from the group gold?
Moss arrows.
How
is
much
in
were
the
those?
250
250 for all of them.
for 6. You get 6 moss arrows.
Okay,
Um,
and then you're paying for the explosive arrows.
Yes.
Okay. And are we getting the gas mask or not?
Um.
What can it do? I mean, is it just a regular gas
it's
mask?
just a gas mask. It can filter harmful toxins, anything that is, poison or diseases that might be in the air.
I mean, that wouldn't
particulates.
really. That wouldn't
Would
really
have helped.
help.
Would have helped you during the last arc.
But it wouldn't really
Yeah.
help us. It wouldn't really help us in the cold. Like, it wouldn't really help against the cold air, would it?
No.
Like no.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's.
Okay.
I mean, that's up to you guys to decide. You have the money.
I don't think.
No.
Yeah. I don't think.
Sorry, Walden.
It's aesthetic.
Sorry.
design.
Yeah.
You can never sell this thing.
It doesn't have. It's just a gas. If it had like a thing where like you push a button and then like an air horn comes out. It's just a rate. We're in the business of having magic, cool shit, things that do cool shit. If it's just a mask you put on, that's it. I mean,
mean, gas
masks
really
help you
where's
a
the
lot.
bell, where's the bells and whistles, Falk? Come on.
It's a gas
I've given you a
mask.
lot of bells and whistles shit.
You
I
push a
mean,
button and then
being
a
immune-
flamethrower comes out.
being immune to shit in the air could be good.
No,
if
I
you're-
know. I'm sure it'll come back to bite us later, but it's just.
If we come across a green dragon, we'll take it.
Okay. So Walden
Okay,
happily
so-
happily
They
accepts
fall
your
down.
coin. Walden happily accepts your
Oh.
coin.
Uh,
Hands
what
your
other-
goods.
What other? There was the water arrow, right?
Yes.
And that just
That douses
That
fires
puts
within
out
a 5-foot
fires.
radius.
okay. Have we ever had to play Fire Brigade?
It's not necessarily just for fire brigade. It could be used in places like on torches on walls or campfires to douse them, creating patches of darkness that'll make it easier for you to sneak around in.
Hey, I have a clever solution that you also use the arrows for.
Yeah.
Maybe if we had to fight something and it's been cold, you could fire it and make an ice pack. Flip on it.
Slip on a banana peel.
Yeah,
I don't know if it.
Like, what if
freezes-
there was a
Why
giant
did-
running at us and you fired a little ice patch right under its foot's gonna go, and then it goes whoop, and then it goes. It's a Hanna-Barbera sound effect, like when someone falls. And it goes doo doo doo, and then they fall, and then they hit their head and they die because we need them to die.
Okay.
I mean, I'm being serious. Like, you could actually, I think you could get away with trying to make an ice patch with a water arrow.
Yeah, I'd say you could try.
Okay.
Certainly.
No, I'm not saying you have to. I'm just saying that's another solution to using the arrow.
Sure. Let's let's go with the water.
Zig when they thought you'd
Okay.
zag, Mel.
Okay, so you get another 250 gold down and take the water arrows as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Um.
You get
And
6 of
then
those down.
concussion
Are you-
arrows. What do?
You fire the arrow, and they burst in a flash of light, and any individuals within 5-foot radius. Is it 5 or is it 10? Let me look. 10-foot radius. 10-foot radius around the center of the flash of light has to make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw, or they are stunned.
What are the name of the anklets?
Featherfall anklets.
Oh, okay, just featherfall anklet.
All right.
Okay.
No, I'm not. I'm not feeling it.
Is the portable shelter just called portable shelters?
Walden's patented portable shelter. Gotta get the branding in there, man.
Wait,
Yeah.
okay. Forgive me. How do you spell patented? I'm gonna.
P-A-N-T-E-N.
Wait. P-A-N.
Patented.
Patent.
No, P-A-T.
Oh,
P-A-T. I'm sorry, I'm having like a brain fart right now.
P-A-T-E-N-T-T-E-D.
Yeah.
I just don't use that word ever, so I was like, wait.
Patented.
Sorry for interrupting. Hey, Mel, are you keeping track of the arrows you're getting? Because I'm not putting those in.
Yeah, I have the 6 moss arrows. I now have 8 explosive arrows. And
Are you taking the 6 water arrows as well?
Yes.
Okay.
And aside from the concussion arrows, that was it, right?
There was smoke arrows and noisemaker arrows.
Noisemaker arrows.
Yes.
I'm getting the noisemaker.
I mean, those are self-explanatory. You fire them,
And they yell.
you cause a distraction that might divert people's attention who are unaware of your presence.
This is turning into like stealth game.
It's literally Thief. I've stolen all these ideas from Thief.
Mm-hmm.
Good. All right.
My roommate goes, sorry.
Okay. So what are you doing with these? Are you going to buy them, or are you just
Yes, I'm buying them.
which ones?
I am buying the noisemakers, the
Okay.
moss, water, and
Big
explosives.
Big spender. Okay.
How much do the noisemaker arrows cost?
$250. All the
God.
yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm like
I'm just letting you-
Ellen is
okay,
like draining
Ellen
the party
is-
funds
Ellen
to
wants
become
to be
Batman.
Batman. Yeah.
I'm just letting you know we're at 4,813 gold, so we're gonna have to start making some gold because we need to be able to pay our. Honestly, this only gives me anxiety because we have people we need to pay. Like that's if we didn't have people we employ, it wouldn't bother
How-
me that much. But we have
how-
to pay them a lot, like every month.
How much?
Didn't we already
How much
pay
do we have to pay them every month?
You paid them for this month. You've paid them for 3 months. By the time you get back to Arcadia after probably
Oh, we paid
this
them for 3
arc.
months ahead of time.
Yeah,
No,
we
no, no,
paid
no,
in
no. You paid.
advance.
No, you didn't pay them in advance. Like the third
Oh,
month
did we?
happened, and you pay at the end of the month. So the third month happened. You paid for that. By the time you get back to Arcadia from whatever travels you're doing now, either once this arc is through, basically, once you're done with whatever you're doing now, plus the journey to the archipelago and whatever you're doing over there, it'll have your 4th month that you'll have to pay for.
Okay.
Currently, I can tell you what you're running. I mean, obviously, each month it changes because you have a bunch of money coming in as income. But I can tell you that currently your monthly expenses, total about 24-30 gold. And for example, last month you only had to pay 742 gold of that 24-30 because you made about 1,700 from your.
I have a question. I guess I'm missing something because there's some fens that there must be something I did not include. Because like it says, I currently have it written down that all of our guards cost 1,800 a month, and then all of our specialists cost 480 a month, which would be like that. But that adds up to being like 280 gold. I'm sorry, 24 to 2280. And
150 a month for upkeep, just 5 gold daily.
Oh, just general upkeep.
Just general upkeep, yes. That was
Okay.
Like
an aspect
buying
of it.
toilet paper.
Because remember, there was like an aspect of this is a cheaper daily upkeep versus that mansion, which was like 10 gold a daily instead of 5 gold.
It was 150 upkeep.
Yeah, so 150 monthly. So 24-30.
Well, yeah, we also have the issue of do we want to deal with the land developers who are trying to use us for land development?
Well, that seems like a lower priority issue at the moment.
I
My
know.
land development.
Thank you, Lauren.
You're welcome.
It's free
Okay,
real
well, I
estate.
mean, we can still pay this. We still have. That would be a.
You don't have to pay it until the end of the month. So
Right. I'm just.
you'll
That's why it
probably
gives me
find-
anxiety because we're going to run out of all of our money and then we're not going to be able to pay them.
I mean,
But
there
you still
are
have double the-
additions you could build that are probably that would bring in significant more money because they would basically be like markets.
Right.
But that's up to you.
But also
Okay, well,
security.
no, but these arrows are fine. We still have a decent amount.
Right.
So you finish buying your wares. Walden thanks you profusely. He says, "Do be careful.
We'll do our best.
If it seems insurmountable, I would advise retreat. It's better to live another day than die in the cold."
Agreed.
That's good advice.
thumbs up.
All right. So you leave Walden's workshop with your new gadgets in tow.
Ellen just has all of the new quivers of arrow in her special magic quiver.
Ellen is
Oh,
rolling.
yeah, the quiver of
Oh, yeah.
Alona. Yeah, you
Yeah.
stored them all in there.
Getting some use out of that item.
Yeah, finally.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I gave it, because I anticipated this. Yep. So you have that. Okay. What do you wish to do at this point? You wish to reconvene at the Dapper Snapdragon?
I
So
think so.
Basically, we turned on Frostfall, huh, Val?
Yeah, basically. Okay, so I would say at maybe an hour later, it's about getting close to dinner time, you all reconvene at the Dapper Snapdragon. Goff and Mido, you walk in with your and meet up with your companions.
Yeah. Oh, whoa.
Hello.
Hello. I don't think. Yeah, Ellen. Hello.
Hello. And then hello.
Ellen. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
I've had 5 hours of sleep. Please don't do this to me.
I actually same, and this is precisely why. Um. So. This is what we got. Goff, here's the bag of holding back.
I take it back.
I have new arrows that I think you might be able to capitalize on. They grow moss when they hit.
I like this. Too often there are not plants anywhere.
So you're going to just have plants, whatever you want.
So,
I only have 6 of them though. That's all Walden could
Oh.
had at the time.
We should use them sparingly then.
Yes, but if
Fun fact.
wherever you
um,
are, it will help you be quieter when you move.
Fun fact. There's a minor other use for these arrows. These moss arrows. If you fire them at a person's face, they can basically put moss. It doesn't do any damage, but it puts moss over their mouth so that they can't speak.
Oh.
ooh, that's like
Makeshift silence.
Yeah.
It's the STFU
Okay.
arrow.
But I mean, it can be broken off. They can
Shut
try
the
to
moss up.
Shut the mouse up!
I'm gonna die.
And if but can Goff like use plant growth on the moss on the person's face?
Oh yeah.
To make
Oh,
it
God.
more difficult to like get off.
Oh yeah. Really crazy. You really
Oh,
can
yeah.
Claw it off.
Mm-hmm.
And that's some cool combo potential for that later.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So, with your daunting expedition before you, what do you wish to do? Your group.
Is that,
So I guess we need to look into potions and clothing and
Yeah.
Mm.
We're gonna
Well,
get.
okay.
food.
Yeah, we're
probably?
gonna get some nice warm scarves. It's gonna be a journey.
Mido looks down
Nice.
at her raggy clothing and frowns.
I see what you did, Red.
Thank you.
I
Okay.
didn't get it. I wasn't paying attention, but I'm
It's
sure
okay.
it was awful.
Don't worry about it. So. Clothing first or potions first?
Potions will probably be more expensive. Potions first.
Oh,
Should
yeah.
we speak to Moira and see if there's anything?
Yeah, let's
I
go
mean,
see
I guess we won't be waiting around for a week, but save money.
If she happens to have brewed up any potions that she hasn't sold yet, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Let me just pull up the thing because I had the list of things that she could make. I'm just gonna roll on a table and see what she's made. Where's that stronghold rules booklet? Can't find it. I can't find it. Shit. Okay, so I know that there were. Oh, here we are. Here's the Stronghold's rules. Okay, so. Of course, it's not searchable. Okay, so the alchemy lab can make. Shit, where is it? Alchemist lab. Here it is. It was under the garden, right? The actual benefit, the potions you can make. Okay, so you can make alchemist fire. There's like 14 different things. I guess I'll roll
Witch's
like
hut.
yeah, witch's hut. So 1, 2,
It's a full
3.
hut with a witch in it, Matt.
Okay, so there's 14 different things, and I'm just gonna roll like on a random number generator and see what numbers I get. So I'll roll like 7d14. Okay. Okay, so what she's made for this week consists of 2 oils of etherealness, an oil of slipperiness, 1 potion of animal friendship, 1 potion of fire breath,
Oh.
Oh.
a potion of hill giant strength, and a potion of greater healing.
I think those last 3 would be pretty solid.
Yeah.
What
Fire
are the
breath,
first
str-
two?
str-
The first 2 was what are they?
Yeah.
I feel like the gay community in Arcadia needs the potion of slipperiness.
Oh, totes.
I'm sorry.
Oil of etherealness. This oil can cover a medium or smaller creature along with the equipment it's wearing. Applying the oil takes 10 minutes. The affected creature then gains the etherealness spell for 1 hour, which essentially lets you kind of be on the ethereal plane.
Ooh. That's weird.
It was, if you remember Critical Role, when they were going up looking for the Sword of Cass on the giant titan, Vex put the oil of etherealness on her and was like facing through everything. But then she had to wait an hour for it to wear off, I think.
Oh. That's cool.
The oil of slipperiness, I believe, is probably, if I think, you can cover a medium or smaller creature along with the equipment it's wearing and carrying. Applying it takes 10 minutes. The affected creature gains the effect of the freedom of movement spell for 8 hours.
It's
Alternatively, it can be poured on the ground as an action where it covers a 10-foot square, duplicating the effect of the grease spell in that area for 8 hours.
Grease spell.
Breeze.
Grease is a good spell, man. It's
Yeah.
highly underrated. Set it on fire.
Grease is good. Also, you can do this with it. I posted a thing in Wiggle.
Oh, this bullshit. Okay. All right, so that's what she made. No potions of resistance, unfortunately.
Well, the potion of slipperiness just sounds like it would be super fun for shenanigans.
I mean, freedom of movement's very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a mountain. It's going to be rough terrain everywhere, probably.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
But also freedom of movement. If you want to know what the spell does, magical effects can't reduce the target's speed nor cause it to be paralyzed or restrained.
The trolls.
And you're unaffected by difficult terrain.
That sounds like a good thing.
Actually,
Also, if you can spend 5 feet of movement to automatically escape from non-magical restraints, such as a manacle or a creature that has you grappled. And finally, underwater imposes no penalties on your movement or attacks.
I think we should take that one.
I think we
Yeah.
should take that one.
And also
So-
probably the healing potion.
Potion of slipperiness. I don't think I spelled that
Oil of
right.
slipperiness.
Oh, oil of slippery.
Yeah, it takes 10 minutes to apply, and it's only good for one use.
I mean, you have the freedom of movement spell for 8 hours. It's
What were
not.
the other ones?
There were 2 oils of etherealness. 1 oil of slipperiness. Let me just make sure I did this right through. 1 potion of animal friendship. Hold on. My bad, it wasn't a potion of animal friendship, it was a potion of climbing.
Oh.
That's
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
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 Potion
See?
of fire breath, potion of hill giant strength. So that's 6. And then a potion of greater healing. That should be 7, unless I miscounted.
So definitely the oil of slipperiness, definitely the potion of climbing, I would think.
Yes. We
I put
are
down
going up-
fire breath, giant strength, and greater healing too.
Yeah, those are all going to be useful.
I don't know who's going to carry all of them, but I have them all in our inventory.
We can put them in the bag for now.
Yeah, but if you need to use them, it takes an action to pull them out of the
I
bag.
mean, we can.
So consider what you need, because if you get into a weird combat situation, you're not going to be able to really use them immediately.
That's true. Does anybody want to have them on their person?
Also, the oils take 10 minutes anyway, so you couldn't use them in combat.
But what?
Okay, yeah.
The oil takes 10 minutes to apply, because you basically are
The-
coating yourself up. You're greasing yourself up.
Grease me up. I'm sorry, I'm not. But I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
Mel,
Yes.
I love you. You're my friend.
Thank you.
So that's what you got. If there are any that you're not taking, she can sell those if you want.
Yeah, we're taking. I guess we're not taking the ones we didn't name.
Okay,
Mhm.
so you took, just to clarify, you took
Oil
oil
of
of
slipperiness,
slipperiness, potion of
potion of
climbing.
climbing, fire breath, hill giant strength, greater healing.
Okay, so you didn't take the 2 oil of etherealness, so she'll sell those too.
Yeah.
Okay. So you still also have from your previous, like she still has the stock up of the 5 times greater healing and 1 elixir of health from the previous time that you asked for.
Oh, let's take those.
Actually, I made a mistake. It's not 7 a week; it's 6 a week. So let's just take one of those oil of etherealness off. So
Okay.
I made a mistake with that.
Let's let's
So you
Let's
have if
grab
you want to
the-
grab those as well, you have an additional 5 greater healing potions and 1 elixir of health. You're just kind of rolling greater healing at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm okay with
I
that.
think you have all the ones from previous.
So wait, how many are there?
She made last week 5 greater healing and 1 elixir of health as you requested, because you always ask for them to be set aside.
Okay.
You took the previous batch, and then there's this
Do we all
batch.
just take one?
I think so.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay.
What does Elixir of Health do again? Sorry, I forget.
Elixir of health does when you drink it, it cures any disease afflicting you, and it removes the blinded, deafened, paralyzed, and poisoned conditions.
Okay, we're fighting something that specifically paralyzes us, so yes.
Someone else can carry it. I already have one on Goff's person, so.
I've got.
someone
Oh
else.
wow.
I'll
I've got
carry
more than
it.
I thought.
Yeah, you all have a lot of potions now that you're just
Yeah.
carrying around.
It's not a bad thing.
Ellen has. I think Ellen's drank all of her potions already.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should take like 1 or 2. I've got like 2 greater healing and 1 regular healing. So.
You can actually. You know what? Actually, Ellen, you can have mine because I already have 3 without the one that from this week. So you can. Ellen can have 2 greater
Yeah.
healing.
2
Restock.
greater heal.
The cleric can heal himself.
And who else is who's taking the elixir of health? Because I already have one. It'd be better. I think it'd just be better if it was spread out so that one other person. had it.
Give it to one of the squishies. Yeah.
So Sissel or Ellen.
I'm
Maybe
okay with
Sis.
Oh,
Well, Sissel is slightly slower,
yeah.
and also Ellen I think has more HP than you at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'll take the elixir of health.
That just removes conditions. It doesn't like give
Yeah.
you
Or
HP.
actually, would it be better if Ellen had it because she's the fastest?
Maybe.
If
You-
someone else.
You do have your bonus action and cunning. Well, cunning action. You take the place of your bonus.
Oh
action.
yeah, and then that way, if someone else needs it,
Mhm.
Oh,
No, well,
yeah,
no,
that's a
like
good-
because yeah,
You use your cunning action to.
I can
you
use my
already-
cunning action to dash to someone who
Or
needs
you
it
could
desperately.
or you could attack and then use your cunning action to actually use the because typically giving another person a potion, like feeding a potion to someone, takes an action. So you can use your cunning action to do that.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so 1 elixir of health.
Health, yeah.
Health, yeah.
Health,
help
yeah.
you.
Okay, removes poison, paralyzed, disease.
Poison, paralyze, disease, blinded, and deafened. Not poison. No, yeah. Diseases, blinded, deafened, paralyzed, poison. That's it.
Okay.
I believe at this point that Roscoe's immune to diseases.
Also,
Good.
one thing that we haven't done yet that we should do before we forget is we should get a collar for Roscoe, made or buy one, and put the stone of good luck on it. We can put it
Ooh,
on
yeah.
because no one else is using it, and he should have it.
Aw.
He's a good boy.
Yeah, Roscoe is currently immune to diseases and poison.
Fuck
Good.
yes.
Per being a monk.
All dogs should be immortal. Never let them die. Same with cats. Just live forever. Beautiful, strong, gentle,
Isn't
and
that kind of
whole.
what happens to high level monks?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, that's druids.
Oh, right.
I mean,
Oh,
monks
something like
essentially
that.
become pretty hard to kill.
I think high level monks do get something that affects their aging.
Hey, I think. No, never mind.
Okay.
I'm resisting. What I wanted to say, I think, is kind of too metagaming, and I shouldn't say it because it's not fair.
Oh yeah, you can't be aged magically, and you don't suffer frailty from old age as a monk at 15th level.
Fuck yeah.
Nice.
A
You
dog
also no
never
longer need
dies.
food or water.
Holy
A dog
shit.
never dies.
This dog will never
We
die.
gotta get Roscoe to 15. We gotta get him there.
At level 13, he can talk.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
We're gonna have another reveal where another person can talk. Another character can talk.
That's gonna be so, like, startling.
We're just gonna
Hey
wake
guys,
up.
what's
one day-
up?
We're just gonna wake up one day after. after
I mean,
after
you could all
leveling up.
talk to him already if you use the Helm of Comprehending Languages, which you
Yeah, but that
have.
probably looks goofy.
It does, but you
Also,
it's not
doesn't it
attunement.
require attunement?
Nope, it doesn't. You can take
you
it on and
sure?
off. Yeah, I'm absolutely
Oh.
sure.
Put the dog helmet on.
Okay, so you've gotten your potions, at least from Moira. What else do you wish to do?
Clothes, I think, is our last
We
thing.
have
And,
to do clothes. Oh.
Alright, so I'm not going to belabor it. You can head to the general store.
The general store.
No, it's just
longer.
the general store now. Dr. Steve Brule isn't there anymore.
No, where'd he go?
He
He
was
wasn't
carted off to
supposed to be
the.
there.
He was
Oh,
carted
yeah,
off to the
wasn't he?
asylum.
yeah.
No. Oh,
No,
we gotta
this
save
is what
him.
happened. Let me tell you the truth. Let me tell you the truth of what happened. Dr. Steve Brule had nothing wrong with him, but Falk was too afraid to keep doing the Dr. Steve Brule voice, so he's like, I need to get rid of
I'm
this
bad
guy.
at it. I don't want to.
So he put him in an insane asylum instead.
That's how you do it when you don't know how to voice the character.
You put him in an insane asylum?
No!
Yeah.
It
rid
was
of
either
that.
that or kill them. I mean, you want me to kill Dr. Steve
Yeah,
Brule?
those
Bring
are your
him out
only
of the
two
story in a
options.
way that's not terrible.
He
just
went
said
on
he got fired.
vacation! explanation.
You could just say that he got fired or hit and got like gave the business to
retired.
someone else and like went to live alone in an apartment. Like he doesn't have to go to
I
the
thought
insane
it was more. It made more sense my way because Dr. Rule's a very strange man. Anyway,
It's just weird. He's not hurting
okay,
anybody.
you go to the general store. Okay, let's take care of this. So you go to the general store. What do you purchase? You purchase layered clothing.
Yeah.
Layers and layers.
Okay, so you purchase that. You purchase snowshoes. I imagine you purchase rations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mido picks out the most like ugly looking, gaudy ass winter clothing
Okay.
at first.
Okay. So I would say.
I get a scarf or tackle. I'm worried.
I don't know.
Oh.
I'd say all things considered. So rations. Okay, so how many weeks worth of rations are you getting? How much are you going to purchase?
How long are we planning on going there?
How long did it take the guy to get to the base of the mountain from the book?
It'll take about 3 days to get to the base of the mountain.
Was there any estimation or idea of how long it would take to scale the mountain, even though he didn't do it?
Maybe half a day or longer.
Half a day to scale the entire mountain.
It's fucking huge, dude.
No, but like
you have
no,
a spell
not-
no,
to,
no,
like,
I thought
It's
you.
not
I
a
thought-
sheer climb either. It's not a sheer climb.
No,
There are
I
certain
meant-
levels that you
I-
get.
Hold on,
Usually
I
it
was
takes a while
saying
to go
I was
up a mountain.
I was expressing surprise that it would take that little amount of time to climb a mountain.
Oh, okay.
Everest can take a very long time to climb.
I see what you mean.
I don't feel good.
Oh, are you? What's wrong?
Well, then nobody really knows because no one's actually scaled it. So
okay,
We should
I
that was
guess.
the
definitely
thing.
take more than
Well-
we think we need.
I mean, I don't know, 2 weeks worth.
Okay.
3 weeks.
Let's go with a month's worth, just in case.
a month's worth of rations for each of you.
Yes.
So
Yes.
all 6 of you.
Yes.
Okay, so if that's
I mean, we haven't really
6 times,
restocked her. Right,
6
sorry.
times
I
30
would.
days.
Yeah. I would really rather like overdo it.
Okay,
than
so
not.
a month's worth of rations for all of you combined will run about 90 gold.
Okay.
For the clothing for all of you, if you get warm clothing and snowshoes for all of you, that's going to be an additional 24 gold.
Okay.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
I
I
mean-
just want to say, does maybe Sis, when Mido buys her clothing, I'm pretty sure she asks Sissel for her advice
For her
Like
advice.
rope- on what they look like. She's not good with fashion.
I mean, you should
That was Sissel
probably.
with fashion.
Yeah.
Well, okay, yeah, but she's picking out the fucking ugliest looking fabric, and it's probably not the warmest either.
You're gonna
So-
want something warmer.
But it looks good.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter if it looks good if you freeze to death in it. Like, see, look, there's holes here. You're going to want some
Oh.
padding there.
Okay.
Like, you don't want to be cold.
Give me your fashion advice.
Do I look fashionable to you?
And I looked down at my like tattered at like armor. There's like ripped holes everywhere. Yeah.
Go get, like, just layers and thick fabrics.
Okay.
Make sure that, like, it's going to feel too hot here, but once we get to the mountain, it's going to be. You're going to be. You're going to
Did
be
I
glad.
mention I don't like the cold? Like I don't. Not really looking forward to this.
And
Neither
that's
am I.
why we need the
I'm
warmest.
aware that's why we need the warm clothes. So we
Ellen's
not have
going
to
to be
let
like the mom that's just like, it's gonna be cold, so you should wear this jacket,
but-
and she's holding like 20 jackets.
Ellen's
That's
Ellen's like the mom from frickin' A Christmas Story who wraps the kid up so bad they can't move.
Oh God.
Can't put my arms in.
Oh yeah.
That's
That was what I was
sad.
thinking of when you said that thing about Al being the mom with pointy jackets. This is the kid from the Christmas Story.
God.
Just falling over in the snow, being able to get up because he can't move. God, my mom puts that when it's like Christmas Eve. My mom puts on the 24-hour marathon of that, and I hate
Oh,
it.
of
Oh,
course. I
God.
love
Yeah.
it.
Yep. I've never seen it the whole way through.
What?
Yeah.
I've never.
I don't
see,
recognize this.
I've seen every part of this movie, but never like in sequence. I've just always
Yeah, same.
come
same.
in like
Yeah.
at different parts, but I've never
Okay.
seen them all in
Anyway,
order.
anyway. Okay, so you've purchased your clothing and your rations. At this point, you're probably as prepared as you're going to be, based on what you know.
Oh yeah, and I give Goff his
Yeah.
grappling hook.
I already put it down that I have it.
Okay,
Okay,
I
so
forgot that I
Are
I
there any?
forget if I give you a description about it. It's basically a gas powered grappling hook that can be launched from the wrist armband. It's got a high tension rope that can go about 100 feet, and then can be retracted.
Is there a limit of uses on it?
No.
I think God wants to test it out first because
Okay.
he's never used a grappling hook.
I mean, you're
before.
still going to have to climb and make athletics or acrobatics checks to climb.
right, but it helps.
But it does help. Yes, it reduces the DC of any climbing or checks.
Oh, where are we? Are we in the war? Where are we right now?
You're in the market district.
Oh, the market. We are.
You went to the general store.
Oh, right. That's right. Okay. Well, then at some point later, when we're at the thing, Goff is probably going to try to use that on like a building,
Okay.
on the
Where-
apartment.
In the apartment. Okay, so you stand on the outskirts of the in the road on the outskirts of the complex, and you aim toward the top of your apartment building, and you fire. Give me an attack roll, because you're basically you have to aim it in order to
Do
make
I
sure
get
it
any
actually
bonuses
hits.
or just a D20?
It's just add a ranged modifier, so Dex modifier.
So nothing.
Sorry, I mean it's a ranged weapon, basically. It can be used as a weapon if you want to.
Mhm.
4.
4. You launch.
What's the point of me having this if I have to roll a Dex modifier attack roll, Falk? I'm never gonna hit anything. I don't have a Dex. I have no bonuses.
I'm
just
sorry.
gonna fall.
I'm sorry, it is what it is. You shoot the grappling hook out, and it doesn't seem to catch on the ledge. It kind of shoots at a high speed up into the air. You have to play with it a little bit. You have to get used to using it, and then you may get some bonuses.
Okay.
You fire it up into the air. It arcs outward, but it doesn't catch on the building, and it just sort of drops to the ground again. Unless you're going to retract it, it's going to bonk somebody in the head as they're passing by.
I guess I'll try to retract it in a
Okay.
panic.
So you hit a button on it, it goes right back into your arm.
I look at Alan.
Hmm.
I
Uh,
don't think it works.
I can teach you what I know about about aiming and using ranged weapons.
Oh, okay.
Aw.
Goff is gonna join her rogue class.
Oh boy.
Oh God, he's not gonna. he's gonna break or trigger everything. He's not. That +0 to Dex is not gonna help him.
But you'll get bonuses as you get used to using it. It's a piece of equipment that you've never used before, so it's gonna
Okay.
take some time to get acclimated to it.
I want to try it one more time.
Mm.
Before we
Roll a
continue on.
d20.
8.
Oh, no.
This time it catches on one of the
8.
lower ledges. So you try to aim for the top of the building, but it doesn't quite catch there, and it clatters down the side of the apartment complex, and it catches on the 3rd floor ledge.
Okay.
Who's
Is it a hook?
level
Is
is,
it like-
this?
That would probably be Sissel's apartment.
Does it get?
It catches, yes.
So I pull on it and it's taut.
You press the button to retract, and it gets tight, yes.
And it can't pull me up.
It can assist you to pull you up.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm gonna try and after I get a catch, I'm gonna kind of like nod at Ellen, kind of like, oh, okay, like whoa, and I'm gonna try and climb.
Okay, so you press the
with it.
button on it, and you begin scaling the side of the apartment complex. It's assisting you in a way, so I want you to give me an athletics check with advantage.
Well, I don't know. The first roll was a 19 plus 8, so
So 27.
yeah.
Yeah, you managed to. The high tension wire holds your hefty form, and you manage to scale the side of the building, and eventually you get up to the ledge of the window overlooking the third floor of the apartment complex. And I don't know if Sissel's inside at the moment, but yes, that's where you are.
I get up there, and then Ellen sees Goff from down there. She looks up and sees him kind of sit on the ledge, and then look like kind of put his hands on his thighs as he sits with his elbows out, kind of like, oh, I did it. And then
Alan's like waving at him proudly.
and then he waves, and then he puts his hand down, and then there's like a slow moment, and then he like looks down, and he's like, he looks down at the ground.
Yeah, you're about 30
I-
feet up at the moment.
And he like starts trying to put his foot out, and then he takes it back. Then you hear then you hear this into your ear. I don't know how to get down.
Maybe knock on Sissel's door. She might be in.
On
The
the
door? Is it? Wait, am I on a balcony?
No, you're on a window. So
Oh, you're on the window. So maybe knock on the window. Oh, he won't fit, will he?
No.
squeeze through.
Knock on the window so maybe Sissel will let you
I knock
in.
on the window.
Sissel's
Is
been
Sissel
here
there?
watching this happen the entire time.
Is she inside?
Yes.
Okay.
I open the window.
Okay.
This'll. Oh,
Are you having fun?
I was until I couldn't get down.
Okay, you can
Oh.
come inside. If you can fit. Can you fit?
I don't know. I'm big.
You push through and manage to squeeze through after a little bit of effort.
I push through and bring the whole window with me. No.
Chris Farley shit here, Jesus.
Ellen had her wings out and she was like ready to like assist Goff.
Big guy in a
getting
little
through the
coat.
window.
I
Yeah.
thought
guy,
about
a
making
little-
you fly out the window, but I thought against it.
Okay, so now that God has tested out the grappling hook, kind of.
Okay.
Ready to go climb a mountain?
Do you think we should ask the Academy if they have any items that could help?
Probably. We'll probably have to buy them from like.
It just seems like
Vendors.
this is a more deadly path than we've usually taken.
That is true. We cannot. There is no harm in asking.
Well, we have shelter, we have rations, we have clothing. How much money do we have right now?
I'm not saying we need to spend anything. I think I was just asking if there's anything we could look into.
We probably can.
We have 4,698. 46.98.
So are we going to the academy to see if they have any items or?
It's pretty late at this point. It's like 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah,
No.
it might be worth doing tomorrow.
Yeah, well,
Well, we also haven't discussed how we're going to travel. Are we
Oh,
going to
yeah.
go all the way on horses? I mean, I guess that sort of Dead Strength said we couldn't bring them, so maybe it would be better just to get to Crankshaft and.
Yeah, that's
But
But
what I
that's
was thinking.
again that.
You'd have to rent some horses again, and
Again, that relies on Sissel using her materials, which is I always feel bad about.
I'll forgive you. That's what they're there for. But I do have only 4 uses currently. So we can teleport to Crankshaft, and then I guess we're just hoofing it. Is that what
Probably,
we're
yeah.
doing? Okay.
Because we don't have any other. There's no other teleport circles we can go to, or like
No.
there's no destination. That's the closest destination. There isn't one in Zephyrins or anything. So,
Well, not that you know of.
well, yeah.
You didn't really explore Zephyrins. So.
We could also visit Horace's mom.
Yeah.
Well, she's there.
They might still be there.
Yeah, they should still be there. I don't know if they. I'll roll on it when we get to that point. Okay, so we'll say that you close out the evening. The next morning, you wake up bright and early. What do you wish to do at this point?
Should we take a visit to the academy?
I should probably look into that, and we go.
Oh, and while we're at the academy, maybe maybe I can take library duty this time and see if their library has anything on tails.
We got rations, we got clothes, we got stuff like that, but we also haven't gotten potions yet.
You got some
We
potions.
got some potions.
Wait, did they not have any like ice resistance or anything like that?
This is just from what Moira made.
That was from
Yeah.
Moira.
So yeah, if we wanted to look for specific
like
ones,
yeah, potion. We gotta go to the potion cellar.
potion cellar.
Charlie.
Potion
Cellar.
cellar.
Let's
We
go,
are
Charlie.
we are climbing a mountain and require your strongest potions.
Require your strongest potions.
Okay, so who wants to go first? What are you doing?
The academy first.
So you all go to the academy, and you make your way inside. Who are you looking to speak with anyone in particular?
It wasn't really my bag. Who wanted to do this?
Helen.
Oh, no, wasn't it Goff who suggested we go to?
Well, I suggested asking about any items that could help that they
Okay.
know of. You also suggested that you wanted to specifically look up things about tails.
Oh yeah.
The fox.
The
Yeah.
the fox. Yes.
Per hour.
Let's I guess head to their library and see if
All right, give me an invest. You
They
head to
have-
the mystical Arcadian Magical Academy library, with the seemingly endless extra dimensional space filled with books. You head over to the magical card catalog and give me an investigation check.
Okay. Is anyone here and assisting me on
I
this?
think Goff would go.
Okay.
I love the library.
Okay.
I'm failing
Ellen,
one now.
Ellen, you find not tales, but you find something poignant. You find some academy reports of recent activity that have been scried upon. You find that they report that there is some kind of construction that may be occurring at the top of the peaks, obscured by the clouds and by the mists. It's really hard to tell what's going on up there, as well as reports of large flying creatures that have been circling through the wastes.
Urias is leaning against a bookshelf somewhere, and she leans to the closest person and is just like, "You thinking about how it would be? This whole story would be a lot different if we hadn't crashed that airship.
Wait, you did what?
We had an
We
airship.
told you about that. You know about that in character. You do.
I know.
I'm just thinking about that. Would have been easier.
Yeah, it would be so much easier.
Yeah, guys.
I don't know if dwarf is.
I mean-
Scottish. Or...
It wasn't really us who crashed it. It was strange eyeball man
And that's spider. Wait, I'm not there.
and spider lady.
Mm.
I was just thinking about that.
Yeah,
It is unfortunate.
if only. maybe someday they'll be back. And
I'd
not,
rather not.
I meant the skyships.
That would be better.
Alright, is there like sketches of what they've seen scried, or
Nothing, just descriptions. It seems to be creatures, gargantuan creatures with large wingspans.
oh no. Interesting. There there's no like nothing about what it might be. No speculation.
No speculation. No one has seen anything resembling this kind of physiology before.
Sounds about right. Alright, so whatever's at the top, it's big and it has wings. What else do we want to do? Is there anything else anything else we want to do here?
Research or inquire about items or trinkets that might ease our burden.
Yes. Yeah, I guess. Can I look for? Can I investigate for like catalogs of magical items or something that might give
This
us
isn't
some
really a
ideas?
shop.
I know. Okay.
Can't. That's not what they do
Well-
here. They don't sell things.
Alright.
Well, no. I'm not trying to look for someone to sell. So I'm looking for people to make suggestions to say, oh, well, there's this item that can do this in the cold, or this thing that does this. Like, I'm not looking to buy anything from the academy.
Right. I
just
understand.
wanna-
I understand.
I just want suggestions or advice.
Okay.
Then we can zoom in on an item of that nature.
Maybe like old like magical research logs that are like, hey, we've discovered potion of healing.
You
Or, like-
track down a couple of researchers and start having conversation with them. They recommend if you're looking for items, if you're looking for magical items, there are enchantments on armor that can be made to resist the elements, resist the cold, but they're very expensive. You're probably at a couple thousand per piece of armor.
Ugh.
No.
No.
Too rich for my blood.
Yep.
This is a pores only event.
This is go home. Well,
Did we get clothes for Roscoe too?
Yeah, you got little doggy
You need
clothes,
some
little doggy
doggy
jacket.
slips. Yes.
Did we get him little boots? So his
Yes, you
feet
got
don't
him little
freeze?
boots, little snowshoes on them.
Can he walk
You got
in
him,
them?
yes, and you got him little doggles.
Yes.
Doggles.
Doggles. Fuck yeah. This is the best video game I've ever played. No, it's not actually a video game, but technically we're playing it on the computers.
It's true. Okay. But yeah,
Apparently.
that's really the extent of what you find over at the academy. They apologize for not being able to be more help, but typically
it's
stuff
understandable.
that can brave the elements like that costs a lot of money.
That makes sense.
Too bad there's not just a monster we can go farm for gear to get people to
Yeah.
resist cold. Am I right? Relatable Monster Hunter content here.
Yeah. Okay, so that's what you find out.
Alright, do we want to look for anything? Do we want to search the market district for maybe potions, or But potions don't last very long, do they?
Less than an hour.
Hmm.
I mean,
Is it-
versus not, just in case?
we could just see how much they cost first.
Yes. If we, yeah, shall we go to the?
So you
market
go to the Charlie Dan's establishment.
We go to, yeah, I
Does
guess.
Charlie Chan just have like a monopoly on like everything?
I
Is
mean,
there, like, a
he's the
separate
potion.
potion
He's
shop?
the potion. Yeah, he's the potion seller.
He's the
Curious
potions.
Crucible. That's the most. That's
Use the potions.
the place that has the largest stock.
I
That's
just
the
don't trust him
place.
anymore ever since the Icar thing. I don't
That
want to.
That was Ellen's fault.
No. That was the DM trying to make a decision. And that was the DM making an insignificant deal and do something huge just to see us all
Okay.
react to it.
Okay, so you
That was
head
the-
over to the Curious Crucible and you find Charlie mixing a couple of vials, and he's got like a blue liquid and one little vial and a red liquid, and he's kind of mixing them back and forth. And after
They're
a moment,
both Kool-Aid.
after a moment, he holds up like the red one, and like a little poof of smoke puffs out and sprays him in the face. He's like, "Oh, well, that's not gonna work. How can I do? What can I do for you?"
Hi. Do you have potions?
That I do. As
That-
you can see, and he points to the wall.
Surrounded by potions.
Shelves and shelves.
You heard about video games?
How do you do, fellow kids? Okay.
Do you have potions that would help people to survive in, say, an expedition to completely theoretically maybe climb the Throne of the World?
Well, I do offer some potions that might help you resist the cold out there, but they won't last you that long.
How much is one?
300 gold.
Hmm. Is there anything? Hmm. What else would you recommend if
From a
for
potion standpoint,
from anything standpoint? We just want to live and not
well, if
die.
you want to live, I'd recommend not going out there.
Oh,
He's becoming southern.
Y'all,
Yeah.
howdy. Howdy.
I'm Woody.
Howdy,
That's-
howdy, howdy.
Oh,
Mark.
yeah!
Oh yeah!
Who the fuck is Venmo? Motherfucking Mike Wazowski!
Motherfucking
Okay. Well, other than that, I don't have much I can recommend you. Sorry, but these things come at a premium.
Hey, you know
Not
what?
really meant. They're not really meant for extended exposure to the elements.
I just remembered something that can kind of substitute for the fact that this potion costs too much. We probably don't want to buy it.
Mhm.
Goff has an ability called Dampen Elements that can give resistance to cold damage on one.
Yeah, but it's
target
only one
again.
person per, and it's a reaction.
Yeah, but it's still
It's
this
for
is a
one
potion.
turn.
This is a potion for only one person.
True.
So Goff could use his reaction and during like cold damage to
You would be able to essentially, as long as you're not in combat, grant resistance against the cold to one person.
I could do it in and out of combat.
Yeah, I know. Out of combat, you would only be able to do it because it's a single target. So, and it's
No, I
essentially
know.
every round. So,
But
if
I'm
you're
saying, but the potion's also only for one person, so it wouldn't
yes,
really.
right. I know. I'm just saying that just beware that you'll only be able to use it for to give one person resist, and you'd have to basically do that exclusively
It's only a reaction. I
for,
can do
for a
other
reaction.
things.
Yeah, I know. For a reaction. I know.
Right. Yeah.
It gets a little fuzzy when you're talking about things like reactions and actions in non-combat scenarios. So we'll
No,
learn.
I assumed you could do only once every 6 seconds. That's what I
Yes.
assumed.
Yes.
No, I wasn't. Yeah, I wasn't gonna say I could spam it, like click the
Oh,
button
I
a
know.
bunch. And then
But I'm just saying it might be more difficult for you to do something like that if you yourself are dealing with the inclement weather. It's just you'll have to see. You don't know what you're gonna encounter out
Yeah.
there.
I'm just saying it's a tool that I have.
Yeah. I know. I understand. Okay, so that's what he
Goth,
tells you.
do you have any magic just in case? I know we've stocked up on rations, but just in case, do you have magic to help with food?
Not currently.
I mean, would you be able to in a pinch?
You can't create
Let-
food and water. It's a 3rd level cleric spell. Yeah.
I believe I could, if necessary. Yes.
Okay, that would help a lot. In yes.
It doesn't taste like anything, but it's
I
nourishing.
mean, listen, if it's between like tasteless food and death,
Okay, 3rd level.
Yep.
You create 45 pounds of food,
And 30 gallons of
30
water.
gallons of water.
It's for like 15 people. It's a lot of food.
Ooh.
But
Okay.
it spoils after 24 hours, so you can't.
I mean,
Uh-huh.
he can cast it once a day, right? Or
It's
multiple
3rd
times.
level spell. You can cast it, multiple times. It's basically the Jesus spell.
So yeah, I can put that in the 3rd level. I have to replace something though. Let's take a look at 3rd level spells. Need that. Can't change that.
You don't have to have a specific number of 3rd level spells, do
Yeah,
you?
you'd have to swap. You could swap out something else on like 2nd or 1st level, or
Yeah.
4th or 5th. It's up to you.
I don't.
You can do this per day, can't you? You don't
Yeah.
have to worry about it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I'll.
Just knowing that that's an option is good.
No. I'm just keeping
Yeah.
in mind. Like I'm just looking at them now to decide like ahead of time, so it'll be an easier decision later on.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, you have a lot of food right now. You don't necessarily need to do it.
I know. It's just
Yeah.
it's like just in case something terrible happens and suddenly all our food. Dear Mom, all the food is gone. I
mean,
don't
as
know
long
what
as-
happened.
I mean, it's gonna. Ideally, we won't. Yeah, it probably won't come up, but yeah, it's something I can do, and if I need to, but I will need to have it prepared.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that is. Are you concluded with your business with Charlie?
I guess so.
I
Yeah.
guess.
All right. Well, sorry I couldn't do anything for you. Come back when you got some money, buddy.
Oh, there it is. The namesake of this motherfucker.
Welcome to the.
Okay. So you've stocked up. You're prepared. It's about 10 in the morning. What do you wish to do?
Should we?
Do we get Red?
What's up, Cecil?
Do
Are you getting excited to cast teleport again?
Do we get the bonus from the war room if we teleport somewhere and then leave? Like if we plan the journey
Yes.
from okay.
Yes. Hmm.
So I'd say
It
We
wouldn't
should-
help you with the waste because that's uncharted territory.
yeah, getting
But
there.
it would basically allow you to get to Zephyrin's in maybe a day's travel.
Nice.
Okay. So that's good.
You'd be really pushing those horses though, and they're not your horses, so they don't have the bonus. So they would be exhausted by the end of that.
Well, as long as they're not dead, they'll be.
What?
No, I'm kidding.
Jesus.
Wow.
I'm kidding. I'm sorry. So I would say we should do war room stuff and then train at the training ground and get ready. We should.
Did you all eat a food? I forgot if you still
I
have.
mean, I still
Should
have
eat
my
food.
I still have my DM inspiration from the last.
How
couple days.
long do these things last? Like
the
war room
DM
stuff?
the war rooms The war room's like for a journey, so like it's good for your entirety of your journey.
No, I mean, like, how long would it take for us to activate the bonus? Is this like an overnight thing, or is this like in a
What
few hours?
for the war room? The war room is just a thing. It's
Okay.
not a bonus. It reduces the time it takes for you to travel once you actually get out there and travel.
Yeah, what I'm asking is more like, if we do all these things, will we be able to leave this day, or are we doing
Yes.
something where we have
Yes.
to sleep?
Yes.
Okay.
It would take you an hour to activate the training bonus.
Okay.
So you could and you've already planned the journey. You were doing that the previous night.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we were.
Okay. So.
Should we have a dinner?
You can't. You already had one
Yeah.
recently.
Oh, we did. Sorry.
Well, I
You
guess
only
we're
have
ready.
one
Huh?
every, I think, 2 weeks. I have to look.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so you spend some time. You train at the training ground. So you have an additional damage dice, or what is it? 1d6, I think I said.
I think it's a 1d6. Yeah.
For 48 hours.
Nice.
Nice.
So that'll, if you get to Zephyrins, you have basically a day into the Frigid Waste where you'll have that bonus. Okay, so at this point, you're prepared and stocked up. What do you wish to do?
I guess we go.
Um,
Crystal's just like standing there, like with her very expensive chalk.
I want to draw.
Squad.
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 so you all head down.
draw.
You all head down to the.
Actually, there's one
Ritual.
thing I wanted to do before we go.
Mhm.
As we're all, everyone's like kind of getting prepped and ready to move. Goff is going to go to the garden. No,
Okay.
well, is Felania there?
Yeah.
Is Moira also around?
Yes. You can
Okay,
get-
I'm gonna get the attention. I'm gonna get Felania and Moira to come to the central garden, like with it under the tree,
Okay.
and I'm going to when they're all both there. This is probably. I think I've spoken to Moira, right? Have I? Did I
No.
speak to her?
You haven't spoken to either of them.
I thought I spoke to her. Maybe I was planning on it and thought about it. Okay, anyway. So without warning them that I'm going to say something, because like, this is not, they used to me not saying anything, I'm going to, after they're both there, I'm going to say, thank you for coming.
You see a big smile on Moira's face.
Goff smiles back. I have a request of you both. I already asked so much of you, but I have one more thing.
Of course.
And I'm going to Goff's going to reach into his beard and
Oh.
pull out his 4 little buddies,
No.
and he's gonna hold them in his hands. And I'm gonna cast. I'm gonna. Well, no. Before I do, I'm gonna hold them out. I said, "These are my dear friends. I have collected from around the realm, but where we go next, and perhaps after that, I worry for their safety. They are." And he holds them up close to his face, and looks at them kindly. They are beautiful, kind creatures, and if something were to befall them because of me, I would not forgive myself. I ask, please, give them kindness and places to nestle and home here, and treat them like family. And
Felania nods sagely to you.
and I hold them. I kind of gesture to each one. Koto, the squirrel. Well, he doesn't say that. He just gestures to the squirrel. Koto, and to the little like robin, Mikar, the chipmunk, Bani, and to the owl, Garla. Please watch over them. And then I'm going to cast speak with animals,
Okay.
and not ritual because it would be awkward.
Yeah, I know.
And I
Just
say,
sit there for 10 minutes while I cast this.
I mean, I could have done it beforehand, but I didn't think about it. My friends, you have traveled with me.
Bless you.
Bless you. You have been with me all this time, and I have valued your company, but I cannot, in good conscience, bring you where we must go next, for I do not know if you can survive the environment. Please, wait here with Moira and Felania, and they will give you home, and I will return to you. But for now, you must stay here.
Makar looks at you and sort of hops up onto your hand and says, "Will you return?"
I must, and I will.
Okay.
I'm sorry that I must separate, but as things get more dangerous, I cannot guarantee you will live, and I must untrust you somewhere safe when I know that you will be safe, safer here than there.
They all seem to have an understanding with you.
And Goff puts he puts his head down towards all of them, like he leans his forehead towards all of them, kind of like in an affectionate way, and closes his eyes or his eye.
They sort of nuzzle up against you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do not give them these too much trouble, and help them with the garden.
Garla
And
nods sagely as only an owl can. Says, "We will."
and then Goff does his practiced whistle that I can't do, like a little. I can't do it. I can't whistle.
Yeah, it's fine.
And that's kind of the whistle that he does to like say like everyone,
Disperse.
disperse.
Okay,
And
so as you
and
say
he
that,
holds his hands out and whistles, and so they
As
can
you-
all leave
as
Alf
you-
or fly away. And
as you do that, Makar and Garla flutter off, and Bonnie and Kodo sort of dart down your large body, and then they skitter over toward the tree and start climbing up it.
let this be your home, away from home. And then he nods to.
Moira puts a hand on your shoulder, looking up at you, and she still has this huge smile on her face. She says, "Don't worry, we'll look after them.
I know.
Be safe. Watch after Sissel. Watch after all of them."
Well, yeah, I certainly do my best, but Cecil, when she wants to do something, she does it.
I know.
Somewhere Sissel sneezes.
I mean, like maybe like 100 feet away. But I do my best to protect them all.
I know you will. Good luck.
And Cecil, does Moira know about the burning guy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she mentioned it to
She's the
Sissel,
one
actually.
who mentioned it.
Okay, and did Cecil talk to her about it? The recent
No.
updates?
Nope.
I don't know if Cecil mentioned anything, but there has been a resurgence of the burned man.
Her smile fades. She looks down and closes her eyes. I knew there would
We
be.
saw him. It is not my place to talk about Cecil's burden, but he is present. Keep this place safe. Keep an eye here at all times.
Well, the guards know.
Does she know about the water?
We don't. I guess I don't know what you know, but we encountered him, and I drove him away with water. He did not. He just appeared somewhere else, and we escaped, but did not kill him. So if you must deter him, anything that can bring rain or great amounts of water.
Very well. Well, It's supposed to rain the next few days, so maybe we'll be lucky.
I wish you the best.
You too.
And Goff bows a deep bow, and he does a little as he steps back, takes a step back, and looks up at all of his little buddies, kind of flying around and climbing the tree. He does a little whistle. It's not as sharp. It's more of a gentle little tune, like a little that kind of thing, and it's sort of like a little noise of affection, and
Oh.
and then he turns and lumbers his way to
All right.
everyone else,
Okay.
to the teleportation circle.
So you all gather down in the ritual room, and Sissel, you begin drawing the runes for the sigil over in Crankshaft Hold. And after a moment, you recite the words, and a minute later, the large blue and purple portal opens before you, and you see on the other side the cold stone and steel facade of the Crankshaft Hold board of directors.
Here again.
office.
Here we are again.
Never left.
Just didn't think we were gonna come back, but
Da-da-da-da.
Smell that? The smell of bureaucracy. Bullshit. Oh, I hate this place.
Alright, let's head out into an
Let's-
even worse place.
preferably someplace with more green for a while.
Uh,
Is that where we're
Someday.
going?
Well, along the way.
Mm-hmm.
You make your way through Crankshaft. Quickly, you have no business here. It does seem a lot more lively than usual. It seems that the quarantine has been lifted at this point. It's been about a week. The guards are on regular patrols. It seems like the entire lower levels of the city are once again active, and people are living there and doing work down there, and things continue as normal.
and not being zombies.
You head outside, you make your way across the large bridge and out into the Highlands proper, heading north along the road toward that makeshift village on the outskirts where you originally encountered the stable where you rented those horses. If you wish to stop here, or if you wish to just proceed on foot, it's up to you.
Do we want to rent horses?
We're going to have to leave them anyway.
We are. Let's.
How long is the journey with or without?
It's about a day with horses, probably 2 without.
If we do 2 without, we're going to lose our bonus. Our bonus for fighting.
Well, yeah. That's assuming that we fight somebody in the first day into the Fridge's waste, because then there's still the possibility that you could go a day into the waste and then not fight anything, and then the bonus would be lost anyway. But yeah, either
It'll
way,
probably be kind of annoying to deal with the horses, because I doubt we can just like turn them in there. Probably going to have them stabled and then return them to Crankshaft.
Horse Management Simulator is not my favorite game.
Fucking horse management.
That's why I never bought it.
Welcome to D&D.
Da-da-da.
So I guess we should go without them.
Yeah.
Let's hoof it.
All right. Well, then, if you're gonna do that, you will get to Zephyrins within 2 days' time. You will lose your bonus.
Okay.
We're talking about the
okay
attack
with-
bonus, right? The damage.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's fine.
That's just.
I'm still gonna warm up.
Yeah. So eventually, after about 2 days of non-eventful travel, where you occasionally just stop on the road and you make camp, occasionally you see wagons going to and from along the road. Trade seems to be picking up with Crankshaft once more. You make your way to Zephyrins Gate, and as you're making your way along the western path through the 2 large obsidian colossi that are standing on either side of the road, you find yourself into the center of the town, where there is the large open market, and in the center of that market, the centerpiece of the entire town, a towering 5-story obsidian ziggurat-style building, which seems to be like a precursor ruin that has been repurposed. And then you have the market around that, and then around that are a number of buildings that similarly look like various precursor ruins that have been repurposed into taverns and inns and various guilds halls of various natures.
Quick question. You said there were two colossi on the gate.
Yes.
Are those like statues of figures, or are they just like
They are
big
large
pillars?
statues of humanoids that have been weathered with age to the point where the top portion of them, where the shoulders and the head are, have crumbled to dust.
Are there any other distinct features about them that haven't?
No, it just looks humanoid.
Okay.
They
Can
seem
I
worn down
tell-
with age. Can you tell what?
Can I tell if there's any area where like the refugees from Firepool?
Make an investigation check.
I'm so good at those.
I could help. Am I allowed to do that?
Yeah.
I probably would be looking for them.
Did we notice them?
Oh, that's right. I don't roll. I give you advantage.
Did we notice them back when, like,
You didn't come through here, though.
no, back when we saw the scrying, in
Did you? I don't think you scried on.
You mean the security camera thing when we were in that room?
Yeah.
I don't think that was, like,
where we
far
found
away.
this,
That was far away. Yeah.
Okay.
Like they were like high up
Hey,
and,
Rife,
like,
what
far
did you
away.
get?
Is it 12?
12. You kind of trace the outskirts of the town a little bit. You do find what appear to be residences. They look like more traditional residences, not necessarily the location of maybe refugees or anything like that.
Mm. I would like to see if my family that's here is here, but if it takes too much time. And then again, my mom will probably yell at me. I'm going to go to the mountain and probably die, so.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, when life gives you lemons.
Oh, when life gives you lemons.
All right, so you're within Zephyryn's Gate right now. What do you wish to do?
There was some adventures.
Yes, you were told about an adventurers hall known as the New Frontier.
Okay. Is that visible to us from where we are?
Make an investigation check.
Okay.
Would you like Ellen to assist you?
Yes. Or
to,
maybe you could just do the check. I think that
Yeah.
would be better.
Would you like to assist Ellen?
Yes, I'll assist Ellen with the look, but you should do
God.
the roll. Honestly, whenever Mel is here in voice and I'm doing investigation, I'm like, why?
All right, Ellen, you step out into the open market and you make a quick glance around the exterior where all the buildings ringing the market are, and to your north, you notice what seems to be a peculiar buildup of what look to be mercenaries or sellswords of that manner. People just kind of hanging around, looking at notice boards, that kind of thing, that are out front of this large temple-like construction.
I point them out and say, "Oh, they look promising." And then I guess I'll lead everyone over. You fellow teenagers.
You head on over to the front of this building. You can see as you get within range that there is a sign, a wooden sign that has been sort of hung along the front of this building. It doesn't seem part of the original construction. That just says the New Frontier on it,
Nice.
with a horizon with a rising sun over it. There are a number of people just standing out front, milling about, looking at notice boards. A couple of them look like kind of rough and tumble, gruff-looking people. You kind of hear a couple of people talking off to your left, complaining about the lack of work. One of them seems to have. You're listening in, and you hear a kind of a gruff voice. I don't like the look of any of these posts today. And you look over and you see it's Cadius Bicker, just looking at some.
Oh my god, this dude.
Oh my god.
Dude.
Oh, Arcadius.
He looks over you. Oh, don't. No.
No,
Where's-
no. You look
Is that
like
orc
you.
guy around?
What do
No,
you say?
That orc guy.
no, nope. He's not here.
I passed
As
Slit.
far as we know. As far as we know, at least, he can be invisible whenever he wants. So
You're not-
What
I'm
a scary thing to tell someone. he could just be. He could be
This
right
guy's
here
never
right now.
gonna
You
sleep
wouldn't know.
again.
Oh, great. Look, you guys don't want anything from me, right? You're not here to
no, we're
shake
just
me down.
we're just here to hire.
Oh. What are you looking to do?
Climb the throne of the world.
Pass. And he walks away.
Completely fair.
That's the smartest thing that he's ever done. Is say pass to that. Just guarantee if he was involved in our journey, he would die, and we would just we would not be able to prevent him from getting owned somehow.
So you're standing out in front of this place. There's a number of other people who look like mercenaries or guides of some nature, kind of hanging around.
Let's find ourselves a Sherpa.
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 All right. What do you do? What do you do?
I'm thinking. I'm trying to decide how stupid I want to be.
What do we do here?
Well, the answer is always yes.
That's Joff.
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 It's not. It's it's not Joff. It's Goff.
Oh, Mel has to hide.
Okay, that's fair.
Fuck. Well, someone else.
Well,
is
it
saying
lasted
Gus
pretty
Weird.
long this time, so
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, we're getting into the closing
almost
time
done.
soon.
Yep.
I mean, that was Goff, and that wasn't me just repeating what you said. That's Goff generally being like, I don't know what to do. I've never been to a place like this.
Can Ellen help me or I help Ellen? I'm looking around. I'm trying to just scan and see I'm trying to look for not only the toughest looking guys, but also just the craziest looking ones. 'Cause
all right.
I don't think anybody
I'm gonna
sane
have
is going
you
to
do
help
it because
us.
you're here.
My
But she is gonna
investigation
insist
is
you.
+1.
Well, I mean,
Hey, you got a +1. I got a plus nothing.
you get advantage on it because Ellen is helping.
16.
16. Okay. You look around the front, and there are a number of people. Some of them look a little wet behind the ears. Others look a little more seasoned. You see a couple of half-orc gentlemen who are kind of working together. One person who stands out to you, in particular, is you see this dwarven man who is sitting on a stool near the entrance, sharpening a sword. And you see he looks to have a prosthetic arm that's like a big, mean-looking, metal contraption, like a big, clamp in hand, basically. He's got a mohawk and a long mustache and a tattoo over his left eye.
This sounds like Shredbeard. This is my original character dwarf that I made forever ago. Sorry, just the physical description is exactly how I just.
Shredbeard.
That was one of the first D&D characters that was literally the first
really
D&D character I
good.
ever made was a guy named Shredbeard, but he my icon form was not that badass. Sorry, derailed.
Yeah. So you see him sitting there just sharpening.
Is he
The whetstone.
drinking something?
You see he has next to him on a small table next to the stool, you see a large, what looks to be a bottle of mead. That he's
How empty/full is it?
about half full.
I'm going to go buy another meat.
Okay. Well, where do you go for that?
Wait, where are we?
You're
I
in
thought
the
we were in a-
you're in front of the building,
Oh,
out front.
Did he just
I'll go inside and get
bring
one.
a stein from another place?
No, he has a bottle. He's just
Oh, it's a
opened it.
bottle. Okay. Whenever people say meat, I always imagine them in a stein. I don't ever imagine it in a bottle, just because
Mhm.
Sorry.
Anyway,
I'll
go on.
I'll go inside and get one then. If
Alright.
I'm outside.
Okay, so you head inside. You enter what looks to be a very large guild hall. Lots of tables set up, people sitting at these long tables, drinking and eating just big meals, sort of like the Monster Hunter meals.
Yeah,
Good.
big food.
And then at the very end, you see what looks to be the chef's canteen,
Is there-
where there's no Palicos, there's no Meow
Damn.
Stealer chef.
Oh.
So there's a number of gnomes though.
Gotta get those gains.
There's a number of gnomes though, working with a dwarf who is helping make the food and prepare the beverages. Shut up.
Just thinking. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about the cat.
Okay, so you go up to the dwarven man. You order another bottle of mead. It costs you 5 gold.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
gold for a
expen-
mead?
It's a full bottle,
It's a big meat.
Okay.
Holy shit.
and it's top shelf shit.
That's like half of what Jester paid for one night at the Pillow Trove.
Yeah, but this is my world.
Okay, sure.
This meat is half as good as one night at the Pillow Trove.
I will, with meat in hand, go back out where the Dwarven man is sitting,
Hmm.
and
Dwarven culture.
the Dwarven culture. This is what
Dwarven
this
culture.
is. I'll set it down on the table next to his half-drunk one, and I'll just say, now I have to think about how to actually talk. I'm just trying to make it in a way where it doesn't seem like I'm hitting on it. That's like my one big like stumbling block right now.
This made it seem like you're what?
Hitting on him.
Oh.
I should have thought
Hey,
about
baby,
this.
wanna climb
looks-
a mountain?
Oh,
Holy fuck.
Oh,
I
What?
think you're making it harder. I was saying.
I'll
What?
let Alex figure
that would
it out.
be. Yeah, I'm sorry. I have like mental slowdown.
No, that happens to me.
We're
a
almost
lot.
done. It's
Yeah, you're
I
good.
know it's late.
It's late. I'm dying. You're dying. We're all dying.
You just be really blunt about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
no, I think I'll go with that kind of option where I'll kind of like clap the I have a bottle I can do a sound effect. I'll clap the bottle down and I'll say, so how's this for buying your attention for a crazy proposition?
He looks up at you and he grunts. You got my ear.
So, my friends and I are daft fools who want to climb that mountain, and I'm going to point at it.
He looks at you and he looks at the bottle. You're gonna have to buy a lot
No.
more of those.
No, we're daft fools, it's true, but we do have coin.
Yeah?
You have any
Yeah.
experience with this mountain?
I do. I've traveled the waste before, mostly
Am I-
for.
Am I nearby? Can I do insight check on
Yeah,
that?
you can.
I want to see.
I'm just to make sure. We mostly need him to get us to the mountain, right? We're not really. We're not expecting them to like climb with us, right?
I
It's
don't
Or
up
know.
to
are
you.
we? Okay.
Yeah.
I
I guess
rolled
it'll
a
be
s-
up to him.
I rolled a 17 on. Tunnel.
Okay, fine. He's not lying.
Okay.
He says, "Yeah, I've traveled the waste before. I mean, never to the mountain itself, but I've braved the creatures. I've mostly taken civilians, researchers, members of the Precursor Institute, who wanted to catalog the local fauna.
We're definitely an escort that would be able to take care of ourselves should
Wow.
anything nasty.
You see this arm?" And he points to his prosthetic arm.
I
Listen
catching.
to a nasty son of a bitch out there.
Which one?
Big, tall, all fur, white.
Yeti?
That'd be about the size of it. Look, if you're looking for a guide out there or a bodyguard, I understand if you can take care of yourself, that's one thing. But the elements out there are nothing to sneeze at. You're gonna find very few people who are gonna be willing to take you out there. I'm probably one of the few who are crazy enough to do it. What's gonna cost you?
What's your price?
1,000, 500 up front, 500 when the job is done. You have to understand, I gotta pay for supplies, rations, heavy clothing.
We
and
discussed.
and mead because I got to be drunk to be doing this.
I like that style. Give me just a moment to confer with our funds, but I'm pretty sure we are interested in fronting the price. I will wander for a moment back over to Gov, who has all the money as far as I'm concerned.
I'm just curious, kind of out of character. He said he needs all this money for all this stuff, but like we covered, like we have
That's for you.
rations. He needs 1,000 gold to buy rations and food, armor for himself.
500 for upfront. You don't know what it. You want to ask him what he's using it all for? I mean, you
No,
can
it's
do
just
that.
I thought maybe he was saying he was going to buy it for everybody.
No.
Okay.
I mean,
Alright.
he also has his own price.
Yeah. Okay. You made it sound like that was the predominant thing, so I was like, well, that sounds a little weird.
That's part of it.
Okay, so you're just asking Goff to give you the money?
Yeah, no, I
500?
just don't remember like how much.
How much we have?
Yeah.
4,000. Wait. Four.
You have 42 something, I thought.
No, it's 46.98. 46.98. I was trying to remember if there was another subtraction that went down to like 45. It's 46.98. 4,698. So we could definitely cover it. We're just getting closer and closer to that big O,
Yeah,
the big goose egg.
What I think I'm going to do is I'll pay us
No.
up front because I've got decent amount of gold on my own person, and we can figure out how we pay on the return trip. God knows what we'll find up there, but sounds good though. I was just making sure how much money we had because I forgot. So I will walk back over, and I will skip narratively how I would have to do this because it would probably take time. But I'll basically just like, no wait, that's dumb. Never mind. I'll just lean back onto the table and nod at him and be like, we're hard pressed enough to be very grateful for your interest in our insanity. So if that's your price, I'll agree to it.
All right, let's see your coin.
I didn't want to do this right in front of everybody, but I'll like try to surreptitiously like hand him over like a bag.
All right, roll a sleight of hand check.
Jesus. I mean, no, my sleight of hand is actually not bad, but
Do
Give a
it.
shot. Do
natural
it.
20.
Oh, yeah!
Oh my god!
Oh my
You know
god.
what?
That's where I
Only
blow my
session.
natural 20.
I mean, the session's almost over. It's fine.
Yeah.
As if you had studied the criminal workings of Big Mama at the casino or the
Maybe I
company,
have.
you just kind of lean casually on the table and very quietly kind of lift the young cork, the mead, and you take a swig. And when you put it down, you kind of slip out a pouch of gold in your hand. Just slide it along the table behind the bottle of mead, and he looks at you for a moment, and he scoops it up, pockets it. He nods to you, and he holds a hand out towards you. He said, "All right, you got yourself a guide and a sword. Name's Gwalden Grimforge."
I'll
You-
shake
you-
his hand powerfully and say, "Nice to meet you, Gwalden. I'm here at
Alright.
Steel Song."
I got some work to do. Get ready for this. When are you looking to leave?
As soon as possible, so if you're ready in the morning, we'll be going, but if you need more time, we can wait.
No. They'll give me some time to get good and drunk.
So,
All right. Tomorrow morning. We'll meet out in
Yeah.
front.
Alright.
Okay. And with that, he gets up and he walks back inside. And with that, I think we'll end tonight's session.
Da-da-da-da.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Da-da.
Did you tell me really quick how you spell that guy's name?
Gwaldin.
Oh, so Weldon's twin brother.
Whoa.
Who was
Grim-
also a dwarf.
Grimforge.
Okay. Thank you.
That's
I was
a badass
expecting
name.
you to say his name was Marvin. I'd be like, oh, it's Marvin.
Oh boy. Excited about.
We're gonna climb this horrible death mountain. It's gonna
Yeah.
be great.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Hell
Woo!
yeah.
I'm so excited. I'm not going to work tonight.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah!
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
I called out because I was
Woo!
sneezing
School's
and
out.
dying.
School's out for summer.
I was sneezing and dying, so I
Yeah,
had
I
an
heard it.
excuse. And it hurt. Really
Yeah.
bad.
Sneezes that hurt really bad.
Yep.
It is the worst.
So what I was saying is, my my roommate went. I'm like, hey, is this a legitimate reason to call out of work? He's like, no. What are you talking about?
You can't talk on the phone if you're
That's-
sneezing a bunch.
Exactly.
That's just like the poison
Of capitalism.
capitalist culture, where like you're physically in a state where you really can't perform your job optimally, but feel like you gotta.
Yeah, that's why I like my job. My job is like, if you're sick, don't come in.
Yeah.
There's not even any sick days. It's
God,
just
I really wish that the companies I worked at, like all the ones I've worked at so far, really don't do remote, which I guess
Yeah.
kind of makes
I
sense.
could do
for-
remote. It's crazy. Like
Yeah.
I just Skype into all my meetings and
I
Sounds
someday I
nice.
want to work
Also-
at a place that does remote. Like the way my job works, like I cannot do remote.
Yeah, you need like
gotta
machines
gotta
and
get them
stuff,
sweet
yeah.
computer jobs.
Yeah. Well,
I
even
don't
in
have
game
the
development, I
skills
guess
for
it's
that.
'cause-
Also, I'm gonna stop recording.